Focus like a laser, eyes on me when I bring the thunder. Rumble like the jungle, I'm a nervous shaker. A force to be reckoned with the freak of nature. In the clouds, my kingdom come. Full throttling, I'm on the run. Ride out in the setting sun. I live for the thrill. I live for the chase. Just for the run. I live for the game.
Good evening and welcome to the headliner. A place at the BUCS Big Wednesday final is at stake tonight as we bring you the latest in the headliner series. It's the University of Nottingham versus Durham University women's football, supported by RedBull as ever, thanks to them, and the location here at the fantastic David Ross Sports Village here in Nottingham. Thanks to David Ross for all of his generosity to bring these amazing facilities which make the University of Nottingham such an amazing place to study and also play sport.
So what does it mean to you? The time?
The sweat. The passion.
The thrill.
The determination.
The support.
The camaraderie.
But it's so much more than that.
We're playing for something bigger.
You ready?
Question is, how are you going to leave your legacy?
Well, I'm here with our first guest of the evening, Izzy and Georgia, who are involved in sport here at the University of Nottingham, but also many other things. Just give me an idea of what you do and how you're supporting sport here.
So we're both University of Nottingham Sport ambassadors, so we get involved with different programmes. I'm specifically Leadership Academy. And
I'm specifically a participation ambassador.
Amazing. So you're there to encourage people to get involved and see that sport is not just fun to play the sport, but also it's a great social activity as well.
Yeah, so this week as part of that we're running our Empower campaign, which is a week-long campaign that hopefully will run throughout the rest of the year and beyond. We've got a huge range of activities on which are set to encourage female identifying, trans and non-binary students to come along to the sports centres, get involved in physical activity and even try out a new sport. We've got events like Thai boxing, various different spin classes, running clubs and female-only gym sessions.
Because I think when you come to university, sometimes getting involved in things, it can be quite daunting for people, especially, you know, if you're moving a long way. Like when I moved to university, I didn't know anyone at all there. Like all my friends had gone to different universities and I had to make new friends. And what better way to make new friends than with sport?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity to make new friends and to kind of get involved with different programmes and kind of see what you love.
When it comes to your own involvement and the things doors that have been opened up to you as part of, your role here, it must be great as well because, there's been, I think, qualifications that you can get as well as part of being involved.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been able to have a variety of different training throughout the year, looking at mental health, particularly within like sports clubs and amongst our friends. And we've also had the opportunity to work with various different external companies to put on different events.
What's the social life when it comes to sport at the University of Nottingham? Because we've been here before, we've done headliners before, and you know, different sports have maybe had different views on the social aspects of it. What's women's football like?
I imagine they're good fun. I'm personally not part of any sport, but I know they have a lot of fun in their socials.
Okay, that's fine. That's what we've heard these things before. We're going to hear from Sean Nolan, who's the sports officer in a little while, and he always tells me lots of things about the social side of things. Look, it's obviously a huge game. There's a lot at stake with the big final coming up at Loughborough University. Yeah. Should the University of Nottingham get through, and being defending champions, they've probably got a good chance, I'd say.
Yes, fingers crossed. We really want them to get through.
Okay, well, I know another member of the leadership team was involved in this game, so you'll be cheering for one person specifically, but the university as a whole, thank you very much for chatting to me. Let's take a look at our next piece.
I feel like I'm in a cage. The walls, they keep closing in. I need a place where I can breathe. Oh, yeah. It's time to say goodbye. Leave it all in control. Need you to hold your breath. When do you reach deeper and win? From the shallows, whatever means it's time to break free. From the shallows, it's time to leave, it's time to break free. From the shallows, whatever means it's time to break free. From the shallows. To see, let go of fear and just break free. It's time to leave, it's time to break free. From the shallows, whatever means it's time to break free. From the shallows.
Well, that was the BUCS Big Wednesday last year, and that is what we're playing for tonight. The semi-final here, a place at Loughborough University on March the 20th, is all to play for. The action's about to get started. If you are on your way down here, this event is sponsored by RedBull. Just happen to have a can of RedBull here, and if you come down, you can grab one from the ambassador team, who will also tell you about the RedBull Wings for Life run that you can get involved in. Loads going on here. Leave comments of your favourite players. If someone does something good on the pitch, chuck it in the comments here as you're watching along, and we will bring you some of the best university football here at the headliner at the David Ross Sports Village in Nottingham, as the University of Nottingham take on Durham University for a place at the BUCS Big Wednesday final. Your commentary team, Erin Murphy, alongside lead commentator this evening, Joe Flemons.
John, thank you very much for that. Here we are. We are very much looking forward to this. Good evening and welcome to the headliner. The University of Nottingham welcome Durham University to campus with one thing in mind, as John has brilliantly put, a place at BUCS Big Wednesday in a couple of weeks' time. The green and gold have been there, done it, won it. The defending champions know exactly what is required, and we are looking forward to it. And hopefully a place in the showpiece at Loughborough University in a couple of weeks' time. 90 minutes now to decide if the journey ends here tonight or if a potential back-to-back trophy lift is on the cards. I'm delighted to say that I'm in the brilliant company of Erin Murphy. How are you?
Ruby. But it's okay.
Ruby, I'm so sorry, Ruby. I'm so sorry. How are you? You okay?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Very well, thank you. Firstly, I need to ask you, because you should be out there playing. Unfortunately, you're injured. How's the recovery going?
I am. It's going okay. Should be back around September time, so not too bad. Just excited to see the girls play. Still feel like part of the team, but yeah, really excited to see how this ends up.
Lead cheerleader at the moment is important. I've seen you already howling to some of the players, making sure they're in the spirit. Is that a part of it as well? Because obviously you're out injured, you're frustrated about that, but at the same time, feeling a part of it, and you can see all the players that are gleaming up at you as well. Like, you can really see the sort of the love and affection that you've got for each other.
Yes, of course. I don't think I've ever been in a team where the love with each other has just been so strong. Like, again, I'm surrounded by the team constantly. They've never made me feel any different, and you know, we're really up for it. You can see how many people have turned out today with a bunch of signs, and I'm going to cheer and jeer as much as I can, hopefully, but also equal commentation. But yeah, I'm really excited, yeah.
Ruby, I'm going to stitch you up a little bit, but the face paint as well says that the balance might well be in contention tonight, but that's absolutely fine. Well, that's what you're here for, and that's what we've got you for.
Yeah, no purple on me, I'll just say that. But yeah, really excited. Face paint's glowing, but yeah, I really hope this is a good game.
Absolutely. Well, let's have a little look at the team then. We'll start with, obviously, your team. University of Nottingham, starting with Faye Hazelton in goal, back four of Sarah Tweedy, Emily Jacobs the captain, Lucy Robinson and Helena Meadows as well. I was reading Emily Jacobs' comments in the week saying about how it's important to make sure that, you know, they use the resilience, and Durham's going to be a real challenge. That's going to be really important. I want to ask you about Thea Clerkin in a minute, because we've seen already that you're very close to Thea, and we've heard that from the balcony, and also Larissa Hamblin and Clara John alongside, and then a front three of Milo Lewis-Powell, Lauren Wilshaw and Freya Anderson. So just talk to me quickly about where you think the key battle is this evening. Who should we be looking out for?
I think some key players to look out for today will be Sarah Tweedy, and obviously Thea Clerk in the centre of midfield. Sarah, obviously, as we know, is captain of her Northern Irish side. I think she'll put up a tough battle again with the Durham winger, who's again quite good and has posed as a threat in the past two games. And Thea, again, just an absolute powerhouse, and I think if anyone gets through, they're going to end up with a bruise or a scratch, so she'll do us proud today.
Let's have a little look then how Durham line up on the opposite side. Start with Tatiana Saunders in goal, a back four of Alexandra Gatt, Megan Hughes, Erin Brown and Clarissa Jackson, Neve Moody and Talia Boardman in the middle of midfield, Vic Neufound and Becky Lovelace providing the width, and Erin Nicholson and Faye Dale up top. In terms of them, is there any players that you've kind of recognised from the last time out? You said already there was a tricky winger that was up against Sarah Tweedy.
Yes, it's number 11, Vic, I think her name is. But yeah, again, I think she plays externally as well. But the last time we played here and we suffered a 2-0 loss, she was, again, one of the best players for Durham. I'll say it without a doubt. But yeah, we think we've got it today. We think we have.
We've been speaking prior to coming on about it's just like nervous energy, perhaps a little bit of an underdog tag as well. Obviously, Durham in the last two meetings have come out on top. But can you really be an underdog when you're defending champions? Because Durham come here knowing they need to beat the best to get to the opportunity to be the best. Is there a confidence within the camp about that?
There is. I don't. Again, what we drill into each other is confidence, and you know, we're going out here believing we're going to win, because I do believe we're going to win. Here we are. But yeah, the past two games have been unfortunate in my opinion, but today we've got nothing to lose, all on the line for us, so we should expect the best.
Ruby, thank you very much. We're looking forward to having your insight throughout the game. We're just seeing substitutes heading over to the substitutes bench, and the teams are ready and about to step out onto the field. I think there's going to be a big bit of music as well to give us a bit more atmosphere, but there's certainly a lot of crowd building on the balcony alongside us.
Please welcome your teams, Durham University and across the University of Nottingham.
Soaking up the atmosphere as well, and it's starting to build. This is what it's about, isn't it? I can see.
It is. I'm bopping my head to the music. I'm feeling great already, and I'm not even playing.
Ruby, I'm not taking it personally, but I can tell you're gutted to be here and not out there.
Of course, but it's my time will come. It's all about these girls today, and you know they're going to go out there and do the whole club and the whole university proud. I don't have a doubt.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. 90 minutes away potentially from BUCS Big Wednesday, which is obviously going to be what everybody's focus is going to be on, but there is a massive football match to play before then. You've got to earn the right to get into the final, to lift the trophy and go back to back. This match takes place during Empowering Week here at the university, which aims to offer women's, trans and non-binary identifying students a safe and inclusive environment to get active, and also International Women's Day on Friday. So a great opportunity for us to celebrate what a brilliant group we've got in the first team, and hopefully be all celebrating at full time. A lot of people have been hearing the updates throughout since being here about the different teams that are getting into BUCS Big Wednesday as well. So there's a good feel around the campus.
There really is. I'm shocked of how many people have turned up, but I'm glad they've all come to support, and the girls look ready as ever. So, yeah.
So you can talk us through then. What's the message in the huddle before kickoff? Is there any additional? Is it just merely eyes on the prize, focus on what it is, a little bit of encouragement?
Yeah, of course. I think the key messages for us today is just all of us having that love for the game. I think even if sometimes you are the better team, the other team can beat you because they want it more. Unfortunately, that's just the way the game works sometimes. But again, in the team huddles, probably just love, trust and empowerment today. That's what we're going to show, especially with the week. So,
fantastic message, fantastic. And we can see the Durham huddle as well, of players getting ready for what would be, I suppose, a little bit of an upset on their part as well. You know, it's like we said, Durham have had the better of the last two meetings, but this is the one that counts. You can win as many games as you like in the season, but this is the one that it really comes down to, right?
Very true, and they're a great squad. I can't take anything away from them. You know, again, we've lost 2-0 both times, but again, they're a good squad. Nothing bad I can say, but yeah, they'll be a tough test, but I think we're going to edge it.
I absolutely hope you're right, and I'm sure you will be as well. We've been seeing the preparations all day. We can see the turnout along the balcony as well on the opposite side. You can see in front of you as well. It's an exciting evening. Plenty of ambition shown by the university in general. The facilities are remarkable. Mark Burrows was walking me around earlier on, just showing me all the training facilities and the environment that you've got, and it really does just breed a different level of ambition, doesn't it, when you've got those facilities beside you?
Yeah, it really does. I mean, it shows why we've been sports university so many times. Just, I don't know if you had the chance to do the HPZ, but stuff like that, like, we're really lucky to have these facilities, and it's going to hopefully show today on the pitch and in other sports that we do have that edge because of the facilities and because of our love for sport that's been drilled into us. But yeah, there we go. It's a great big chant from Milo.
And we are about to get underway. Freya Anderson stood over the centre circle. All the talking is now done. It's all about the next 90 minutes and who will get to that showpiece final in Loughborough in a couple of weeks' time.
Here we go.
And we are underway immediately. Sprayed out to this near side.
Good
opportunity.
Touch from Milo too.
Milo Lewis-Powell getting on the ball early. A little shift back as well. This is where I suppose the early stages will be about settling into the game, right?
Of course, yeah. I think we wanted to come out in the first 10 and stick it at them, so we're going to keep up the intensity for as much as we can. But we want to show that we're going to put up a fight, no matter if we have lost. We're here to win today, and that's what the girls are going to try in the first 10, hopefully.
Lucy Robinson just went on the outside to Helena Meadows and stolen off, and now Durham can begin to build forward, but immediately right into the channel of Emily Jacobs, who takes no chances, takes no prisoners, and sets the tone a little bit early, right?
She does. That's why she's captain. She's got the armband on. She's going to lead on the field today. And, again, big clearance, first 5 minutes. See how much she can do.
Durham again starting to try and get their foot on the ball. A lively opening minute inside this game. Now an opportunity in the middle of the park for Megan Hughes, who nods the ball on all the way back to the goalkeeper, Tatiana Saunders.
Decent kick, to be fair.
A little bit more direct, but immediately underneath it, Sarah Tweedy out for a throw-in. So again, talk to me about the shape then, in terms of the system. Is it about keeping the ball? We've already seen the confidence on the ball of the midfield trio. Is that where everything sort of stems from?
Yeah, I think throughout the season we've put a lot of effort into our midfield, and we've kind of catered our positions around them and what works. But do you know what? In the past few games we've been unbeatable. But yeah, a lot of it comes from the three in the centre midfield, which is Larissa and Clara. They're all powerhouses, and obviously Clara on the ball now with a couple of touches. But
absolutely tried to slide the ball through, and fortunately on that occasion, door shut, and then Megan Brown can start to step the ball forward, out for a throw-in into the hands of the Durham bench.
Good catch from the manager, to be fair.
He's setting the tone himself. Throwing again. trying to get a foothold on the opening exchanges. Snapping into the tackle there, Helena Meadows. Really good attempted ball forward, cannons off of the face of Erin Brown. That's a sore one. It's not warm out here either, is it, Ruby? So
really not. You can see some of them are wearing skins, but yeah, a bit cold, but we're used to the cold. We're from the north, some of us, so we'll be all right.
I've got about 15 layers on. I can't. I can't say the same. Not the north, unfortunately. The other end.
That's unfortunate.
Leaning into the stereotype, yeah. Here we go again, though. Clara John attempting to swing the ball around the outside, but immediately there's Dia Clerkin.
Again, that's just one of the instances where she does show that her power and her vision, just to get there a few seconds earlier, does impact the play.
Ball nudged behind, but again, Captain Emily Jacobs level to it. Here is Sarah Tweedy. Talk about that experience and that composure. I guess in games like this, that's where it really comes into it as well. Players that have played in big games and understand what's on the line.
100%. She's been playing women's football since she's been 15, 16 nearly, so she knows what's at stake, and she knows she's very calm-headed, and she just go out there and do the football she does, which is always amazing.
Lovely little step over there, and here goes Lauren Wilshaw on the far side, trying to cut inside 2 or 3 Durham bodies around.
Yeah.
The confidence has built quite a lot, Ruby, in the first 4 minutes. I'm not going to lie. Before the game,
I'm feeling great.
It's been a good start, a lively start from the University of Nottingham. Very, very much so in the lion's share of possession. The first real chance of the game falling to Freya Anderson. But here is Durham beginning to press forward and trying to work something themselves, but immediately coming up against a wall of green and gold. Here's Milo Lewis-Powell. Drops it back in field. Opportunity now to begin. That's a lovely floated ball forward. Lewis-Powell chasing onto the end of it. Kind of bundled into and then out.
Bit of a shove and tug there, but referee just puts it out.
We'll take a corner. Take a corner. Who's the key then? Who's the player that's being aimed at here, Ruby? Who are we looking for?
I'd be aiming for Helena Meadows myself. You know, she's had a few run-ins with some keepers this season in corners, especially being punched in the face by one, but you know, she puts her body on the line, that's what we need.
Here is that out-swinging delivery. Oh, and it just skips wide as well. Thought for a second we had the first goal of the game. A bit of an innocuous one, really. It kind of bounced through, didn't it? And then someone made contact, but unfortunately the wrong side of the post.
Yes, it does. Good delivery, to be fair. You know, sometimes we do change it up. Obviously we've got different corner tactics, which I'm not going to reveal just in case any opposition's hearing, but you know, Milo did well then to just swing in a ball, with putting it in right positions for our strikers to attach to, so anything that we can get on, we will.
Yeah, don't give too much away, just in case someone's watching the stream back ahead of Big Wednesday in a few weeks. Again, immediately on the front foot though. Quite a lucky ricochet actually off Clara John, very nearly found its way to Freya Anderson, but now in possession once again.
You can see Helena stepping into the midfield there as well, again from that left back position. That's one of the things she does have in her locker. That's a lovely bit of skill from Milo. Great
feet from Lewis-Powell, trying to dart around the outside. And it's going to be a tough evening for Clarissa Jackson, who's playing full-back on that left-hand side.
It is.
But you've seen 1 or 2 stories in training as well, because already you can see the quick feet of both Milo Lewis-Powell and on the opposite flank you've already mentioned about Lauren Wilshaw. I bet there are some heavy challenges in training to make sure.
Oh, 100%. You try and keep up with them first, but long shot from
John with a long ranger there.
Yeah, she's got that in her locker, to be fair. A couple in training the other day. Don't know where she pulled that from, but hopefully she can do it again. But yeah, again, Milo rises to the occasion, loves this type of atmosphere, does really well, thrives in it, but I've got no doubt that Milo will do well today. Oh.
First foul of the game, really, and a bit of an induction, shall we say. Lauren Wilshaw, it's actually Clarissa Jackson on that far side. So both fullbacks in for what we hope is a long evening.
Oh, a short one.
Be a long journey home regardless.
There we are.
Little knockdown, very nearly falling away. It does eventually fall to Clara John. Now an opportunity for, again, University of Nottingham to build. Nodded out for a throw-in on this near side.
Again, trying to look for them over the head balls, over the top. Again, Durham can't fault the back line. They're going to anticipate these balls and try and get on top of them. We've just got a challenge for them, really, but again, challenge from Thea Clerkin.
Clerkin again snapping in ahead of Nicholson. Now here goes Meadows. Managed out to Wilshaw. Little slide ball in for John. Going to drive towards the byline. Tries to get it across. Big deflection. Another corner that we can start to not dive too much into again, but hopefully another opportunity to build. So the last corner was a decent one from Milo Lewis-Powell. This time going to take it from the opposite flank.
Again, we need to watch out for Clara and Lauren. Their relationship on the pitch is great. Like, they both know when to do them overlapping runs, and again, Clara then taking it to the byline and looking for that cutback. That's what we work on, and that's what hopefully will get us some goals today.
Just started very well. Opportunity now, both palms raised to the sky for Milo Lewis-Powell.
Oh.
Referee wanting to have a little word. Something going on in the box, bit of an innocuous one. I can't see too much.
Yeah, it's just a bit of tugging and pulling. Doesn't hurt anyone really, but
physical start to the game, definitely. 8.5 minutes played.
100%, that's what we want.
Lewis-Powell with a deep corner this time. Meadows with a little flick on. Just skips through and into the grateful clutches of Tatiana Saunders.
Again, we see Helena just trying to put her body on the line, wherever it is, even if that corner was maybe a little bit too deep, but again, trying to get a head on it and get a chance for the girls.
How important is those relationships off the pitch? We were just talking there about Clara and Lauren having a really good relationship. How important is that for sort of not only team bonding, but then when you step onto the pitch?
Oh, it's massively significant. Again, I don't think you can build a team if there's no trust and love in the team, because again, it's not an individual sport, it's a team sport, and again, we bond off the pitch. We're a lovely bunch of people, and again, I don't think I've ever been surrounded by so many people who love football and who care about the team as much as you are in WFC. So, especially the club as well, with the 2s and 3s. So, we're all just a big family.
It's amazing to hear, and again, you can see by the amount of people that have turned out to support exactly what a family that is. It's a lovely turn, lovely little spin and a drag back, and nudged inside to Clerkin. Now Jacobs, again, composed, relaxed amount of possession for Nottingham to continue to assert themselves in this game.
I feel like Durham are a bit reluctant to press. Maybe their 11 and 10 are sitting quite deep. Seems to be the 8 doing a lot of the pressing. Maybe that's their game plan for today, to just anticipate them over the top balls and then capitalise on them instead of pressing the back 4. So something hopefully we've noticed and can try and step forward. Maybe Emily or Lucy try and step forward into them spaces.
Those sort of conversations.
And try and find balls like this.
What a lovely pass that is, and it could be real opportunity. It's a good side tackle. I tell you what, I'm going to be asking for the lottery numbers in a minute, because you've literally called it 30 seconds before the exact thing has happened.
And that's a great ball from Lucy Robinson. Again, been a solid performer for us this season. I don't think there's ever been a game where we've questioned her ability, or again, just been great for us and can pick out them balls like that. So hopefully some more of them, and Clara getting on the end with their speed, and just a great tackle at the end from Durham.
Trying to throw it into a dangerous area was another opportunity to take the throw, and again, sort of camped in the Durham half, which is a really promising position to be, isn't it?
Oh yeah, of course. Again, but we're going to have to do some work to get past this Durham back 4, in my opinion. But Freya did well then, try and turn her, but going to the Durham keeper.
Very nearly. Nice idea to try and sort of almost spin her way through. If perhaps you do need to be a little bit more direct, we've seen in the last 2.5 minutes that could be an option. Is this reminiscent of the previous games against Durham? Do you remember them being defensively sound and quite difficult to break down?
I think that our game plan has changed a lot in the past few weeks. Like, as soon as the league was over, obviously we weren't very happy with the position we were in the league, and Durham obviously above, because, well, that's just the way it works. But again, when it comes to these quarterfinals, these knockout rounds, I think we switch on a little bit more. I think we've got a lot more at stake. But again, with the shape last time against Durham, I think we held off a lot, and again, missing a few players when we were playing them, which again, we can't build on individuals, but key players. We're missing such as Sarah herself, and you know, it's good that we have her back today, and hopefully we can just give it to them a bit more than we did. I think have a few more shots and opportunities and be a bit more comfortable on the ball.
Lovely idea then to try and feed it quickly onto this near side. A fully committed tackle on this near side from Alexandra Gatto. Gets a chest bump for the hard work. Again, we spoke already about the fullbacks needing to be absolutely at it. And
100%. You've got to be on top of it on switch. As soon as them balls are released to Lauren or Milo, they've got to be on. They've got to give them a step, because I don't think they'll beat him for pace personally. But again, yeah, really switched on the whole game. They've got to be.
Again, once more, starting to build with that sort of relaxed possession. Lucy Robinson now step forward. That's a lovely turn. And again, composure by Clerkin to keep hold of possession and find a captain on that occasion. This has been a really impressive first 12.5 minutes in terms of possession, and real sort of clinic in terms of how to keep the ball and how to remain patient when a team perhaps aren't giving you the look and aren't giving you the show, and that's got to be really sort of well received by the bench.
Oh yeah, 100%. Again, we've got some key players on the bench today who unfortunately picked up injuries, such as Ruby Atkins and Emily Driscoll. Again, some starters in there. Some starters in there that we normally usually have, so trying to adapt to that as well. But again, the depth we have on the bench today is just insane. We've got some of our American scholars here, such as Giovanna Pereira and Amelia Penfold, but Durham seems to be on the attack on the left.
Absolutely, could be an opportunity here for Faye Dale to step forward. Going to get a second bite at it potentially, but no. Emily Jacobs closing the door, so absolutely no chance on that occasion.
Again, just before as well, some great tracking back from Lauren Wilshaw on the other hand side. Again, going all the way back to where the left back should be, but again, we have that in our locker. We have that resilience to come back and win that ball from deep areas and then drive up. But yeah, really well done to her.
Throw in to be taken then by Natasha Gatt on this near side. Cushion back to her and then thrown in towards, unfortunately for her, no Durham advancing player, but comfortable possession for, once again, Nottingham to build on. Here's Wilshaw. We'll nudge back. What are you seeing from up here then, Ruby? What's standing out to you?
I'm a bit shocked that Durham aren't pressing a little bit more. I think they're waiting for it to get to these left backs and right backs and the wingers, and then they're pressing. But they're giving our centre backs a lot of time on the ball. And you know, again, we've seen with Lucy and Emily that they have that ability to be sending these through balls in. So I think Durham need to watch out a little bit, because I think it's going to take a couple of minutes maybe to realise how much space they've been given. Oh, that was a bit soft. But
careful, the mask was slipping.
Sorry. Bias. But no, again, like, they've just got to be a bit careful, but good for us. So
absolutely, and I think you can see already, can't you, in terms of how comfortable every single individual in the back four is on the ball. The opportunity to step forward a little bit. You can perhaps, you know, try and dig in as long as possible, but chances will start to appear with the amount of possession that they've had at the moment, and especially the quality that they've got on the ball, like you just pointed out a minute ago about the long ball over the top, and then immediately that happens. So I suppose there's an element as well of patience and practicing up that patience throughout the game. We're only 15 minutes in.
Oh yeah, of course. I think again, with long balls, you've got to do them so many times to know what the right thing to do is. I think you have to be patient and wait, because again, long balls over the top can easily be taken into counter-attacks for the other team. And again, Durham have this pace and this strength to give us counter-attacks, and if we can see the silly goal from that, then you know we're going back to the drawing board, which will be the long ball. So again, trying to find feet or find lovely bit of skill from Thea, and a good tackle.
And a crunching tackle as well. Unfortunately, didn't get the lucky bounce as it followed through, but retained the shape especially. Here's Moody in the middle of the park for Durham. Tries to fizz it onto this near side, but again, stolen in. Tweedy slamming it up into the air. Opportunity potentially for a bit of a counter. Again, biting tackle in there from Hamlin. It's a really good tackle.
Brilliant tackle.
Great feet as well. Tried to fire one down the line. Officials convinced it's gone out.
Yeah. Again, you can see just from closest to the balcony where we are, some crunching tackles going in here. Again, both teams are going to go 100%, don't really care, but again, got to be careful that, you know, if you don't go 100%, you're more likely to injure yourself rather than the other person. So, again, from Larissa, Milo and Sarah, some great tackles there.
Absolutely. 3 fully committed challenges right in front of us down here. Header up into the air for...
That's another thing we have in our locker in the centre midfield because of the height we have.
Oh, it's a sore one.
It's a little bit of a head collision, I think. Physio should be on straight away.
Yeah. Bit of a sore one for Alexandra Gatt on this near side.
Hopefully she's okay.
Yeah.
But again, you can see the other person in the tackle, Sarah. She doesn't go down. Probably take a lorry to take her down, but yeah, hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, hopefully so. Bit of a heavy collision. 2 players fully committed. Both eyes fully focused on the ball.
100%, no malicious intent in that, or just again with the floodlights, sometimes it is hard to see the ball or where it's ending up, and unfortunately there it's just ended up to be the latter.
Yeah, it's a sore one, certainly. By the look of it, the player is receiving medical treatment. I think she seems okay.
Yeah. Again, we've got great professional physios here as well, such as Nabil, Josh and Liv. You know, Nabil's used to be a physio for Leicester City men, so knows exactly what he's doing, so in safe hands.
Absolutely.
He's my saviour at the minute, so.
while we've got a little break in play, then just talk us through that. Talk us through your injury. Talk us through how your rehab's going. I know we mentioned it a little bit prior to kick-off, but how is that journey for you? Because I can imagine it's quite a difficult one, but I hope that you're getting the support that you need.
Yeah, of course. I don't think I could have been in a better place, to be fair. Again, when money happened just before university at the end of year 13, I had contracts, I had everywhere I wanted to be and a massive plan, and unfortunately life doesn't end up that way sometimes, and you've got to come at peace with that. Again, I did my left ACL when I was 15, so I've done my right one at 18, so I've done them both now, I can't do them again. But again, it's a rough one, but I've got girls around me that I never thought I'd have, and I've got facilities around me that I never thought I'd have, and I think it takes a type of person to want to get back, and I do want to get back, and I've got the drive and the time to do so. So hopefully this will be me next year. We have another headliner. So yeah, brilliant atmosphere and brilliant people to be around. I literally couldn't ask for anything more.
Brilliant. It's great to hear, and again, I'm sure I speak for everyone, and we hope to see you back on the pitch as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Thankfully, it seems that Natasha Gatt is okay, and after a little bit of a medical assessment, she'll be back with us, and we'll be back to a full complement.
Again, just breaks in play, maybe disrupting the tempo a little bit, we'll see. But again, takes both teams to have a bit of a breather, have a bit of a regroup and see what the pockets are, see what they can improve on. But
first opportunity really for Durham to step forward.
Again, dealt with really well by Lucy. Again, she's a weapon in the air, and so is Emily Jacobs, so no trouble for them.
Great first touch, and then composure as well to try and pick out a player rather than just lump it forward. But here's an opportunity for Faye Dale up against Helena Meadows. Lovely feet.
Good feet and a good ball. Again, Tweedy on the end of it, no doubt.
No effects from that head collision a minute ago, thankfully. Nods that one away. A little flick on from Freya Anderson as well, but it's going to trickle all the way back to the goalkeeper. And again, that press from University of Nottingham is high.
It's a great tackle as well.
Really
all
is.
The ball there.
Here now is potentially an opportunity. Wilshire on the far side. Got a huge amount of support. Instead, tries to thread one through. It's a lovely idea as well.
Idea. It's just again maybe a little lack of communication on her half, but again we can see from Freya here her gameplay and understanding of when to press and how to put them tackles in, especially from behind as a strikeout. I'm sensitive about myself, and bloody hell, I'd be a bit embarrassed if that happened to me because you're forward towards the ball, but it's a great tackle and it's a great advancement.
Absolutely. You were talking about the impact that Freya Anderson has had on the team in the quarter-final. Obviously a hat-trick to make tonight, an opportunity, and now certainly not wilting in that spotlight. Opportunity to build from the back again.
And I think UON have been solid at the back four. I think just then maybe a few testing opportunities, maybe a few long balls, but again winning every header, and they seem to keep a lot of possession, 1-2 touch, which again is a bit confident, a bit cocky to do that around your own area, but we've got that confidence today and hopefully it all pays off.
And rightly so as well. I mean, we've seen the quality already, and you've spoken about the experience as well from certain individuals within that back line, but you can certainly see the quality and the players that are that comfortable on the ball.
100%. Again, like our captain, currently playing for Loughborough Lightning herself. Again, been playing football for years. I hope she doesn't think I'm telling her that she's older than that because she'll have mad. But no, again, two of our, again, Lucy Robinson does a medicine course and still turns up to nearly every training session. So the commitment in this team is like no other, in my opinion. But
it's a lovely long ball forward. Could be an opportunity again. Good defending on that occasion on the far side from Clarissa Jackson, and out for another Nottingham throw-in.
It seems to be quite even. These full-backs for Durham are doing quite well, keeping our wingers at bay, which they knew probably were going to be a threat to come into this game.
It's been a really intriguing battle, both sides of the pitch. A lovely swung-in delivery as well from John to try and keep Lewis Powell on the ball.
And Mileage as well to keep it in.
Somehow as well, tricked away from the first tackle, but run into a sea of purple, and then Nicholson gets a little bit lucky with a bounce, but
from our captain.
Can't escape Jacobs, who I think was caught in two minds there.
Yeah, she's got a bit startled, I think. But, yeah, again, to be fair though, it's areas that we are looking for. It's them back pockets, it's the wide areas towards the corner flag, maybe just a little bit more time, a few touches to get Lauren into them positions, and so she can work her magic and get them balls in. But again, Emily, great step in, great tackle. We're not allowing these Durham players to have any time on the ball, and that's exactly what we wanted to do.
Opportunity to regroup, and perhaps for Durham to take a few more seconds out of the first half, because it's been very much a green and gold first 22.5 minutes. It's a lovely
back heel from Lauren.
It's really delightful first touch, and then keeps possession as well.
Oh yeah, she's not shy to do any of these. You'll see her Ronaldo chops in a second.
It's a great first touch as well. Again, snapping into the tackle though. Lovely. It will spin away from potential challenge as well. And that composure on the ball we speak about, you can see it evident throughout the whole team. That has really been quite impressive in the first 23 minutes played here.
It's shocking me a little bit, to be fair. I'm glad they're all doing it, but you know, again, we wanted to have this cockiness. We want to come out here and, you know, put it at them. And you can see by Lauren and Emily and Thea, they're not afraid to make these little skills or these little tackles in these areas.
John with a long diagonal ball again. Opportunity potentially building. Lewis Powell on the touchline, pretty much tracked though and shunned into a corner. Got a little bit of support though from Tweedy. Tries to get the ball into the box and nodded away. Is it going to bounce kindly? Still bobbling around in that corner, trying to work.
Here we go, comes out a little bit.
A little bit of space. Plurkin tried to flick it on. Bit of a coming together, but still no foul. Or referee has given the foul there.
Thea thinks that's a bit soft, but so does Milo. But again, referee's decision's final. Can't really change his mind. But
it's one of those, isn't it? I think it's one of those where it probably is, but it's a bit soft at the same time.
Bit early to be shouting at the refs on the 24 end. Don't want hockey players to be getting any yellow cards. So, but again, we just saw Clara with them long balls again. Some of them, and she'll forgive me for saying, some of them don't pay off, but some of them like that again do, and they put us on the front foot. So something she can explore today and hopefully be a bit more accurate and reach them places.
It's about percentages as well, I suppose, isn't it? You know,
yeah.
You can't. You've got to make those chances. You've got to be brave sometimes on the ball. When you've got a player that's clearly got the amount of ability that Clara John has on the ball, then you want her to be doing that.
100%. This is where Milo excels, having this space. And
it's a lovely slide ball. Freya Anderson giving chase. Defender does get there first, but it's only as far as.
Ooh, no way. Not in my mind.
Seems a bit soft. Certainly not getting a standing ovation from the balcony in the last few minutes. The referee.
I know, hopefully the crowd does do some influencing today, but you know, I'll tell you when a foul's a foul on that one.
No VAR in action tonight, thankfully.
No way.
Stood forward again. Durham.
Good touch from the Durham winger, to be fair, and again she's had some good feet, posing a bit of a threat to Helena, but again, it's just unfortunately gone out. But again, Helena plays for Derby at the moment at left back, and you know, had a debut at the FA Cup against lesser women. Like, again, another player who's very young, only 18 and 19, sorry, and can rise to these occasions. You know, first year. So yeah, hopefully she'll have a good battle on that side today.
Absolutely started the game brightly, but as has everyone in green and gold, it's been a really good, dominant performance.
That's a good block from Tweedy, to be fair.
It's a really good hit as well, and now potentially a break. Here goes Lewis Powell trying to drive at the back line. Tweedy driving inside. Anderson, lovely spin, but immediately the door closed by Jackson, who tried to release a teammate on this near side, but nothing given. And again, shows the progression plan and how quickly Nottingham can progress up the pitch in the last few seconds. And even if it's, you know, a little bit shorter like it was then, or a little bit more direct, you can see the versatility in that.
100%. Again, winning the ball back and Milo leading that counter-attack. And again, Sarah from right back. We don't play wing backs, but getting in front of Milo to get onto them balls, that's the commitment we want in this team, and maybe that's what we need to do a little bit, just shock them, put the numbers on them. As you can see, they're kind of blocking a bus at the minute in the midfield and at the back. They seem to be quite strict and in their space, but again, look, allowing Lucy Robinson to have all the time in the world to pick out these passes. And
it's a lovely flick round the corner. Anderson does well to control it as well. Now Lewis Powell. This is where Nottingham really start to motor, isn't it, when you see the back line having to drop back and sort of scamper on their heels to try and keep up, and driving inside. It's really good feet. It's a crunching tackle right on the edge of the area. And a Tweedy, but can she get in for the second ball? Not quite. Out for a goal kick.
Again, both teams crunching tackles, not really afraid to put a foot in.
Say full-blooded tackles, yeah. Seen a couple of occasions, to be honest, where I thought you've got in one-footed already up from up on the balcony. You can see the commitment throughout the team. It's been a really good start, really lively start. What will the manager be thinking? What will the message be?
The myth, the legend. You know, I think he'd be pleased at the minute. I think we've maintained a lot of the possession. again, story of our lives this season has been probably we have been the better team, but just we haven't been able to convert them shots into goals. But Steve Lauren? Oh no, unlucky. But again, Jacob, I hope he'll be pleased. I think we haven't made any mistakes. We're doing quite well. We're holding them off, and we're doing that press that we've worked on a lot to put the pressure on. But the Durham winger comes into the final third.
Look tight. Here's Lovelace, but immediately fires it into the gloves of Hazelton quite comfortably. But again, just carrying on from what you were saying, yeah, it does seem very much like a composed performance so far. A little bit of patience needs to be practiced potentially, because, like you said, there's certainly one or two avenues that have been really, really popular in terms of keeping the ball, but then immediately trying to get Milo Lewis-Powell on it. The cheers for.
Again, you can hear the crowd. That's the only reason why I'm laughing. But again, Durham must be a bit rattled with the home crowd. Again, it's really hard. Some people rise to the occasion, some people don't. Again, just hopefully we can influence them that bit more with the 12th man.
Absolutely, and spoke about it before kick-off. You know, Durham have had the better of this fixture in the last two meetings, but at the same time, you are coming to the home of the champions. So this is where you need to really step up to the occasion, and thus far it has been the champions who have played like champions. I think it needs to be said, comfortable, composed on the ball, and having a lot more of it.
Yeah, I'd say you've hit the nail on the head there. Comfortable is the word I would use. I think, maybe we're too comfortable. I think we should try and, test the keeper a little bit more. We're getting on to the 30-minute mark now, the half an hour mark, and we want to be getting these goals in and making a comfortable lead.
Absolutely, probably the best chance of the game still falling to Freya Anderson a little while ago, actually. But in terms of possession, in terms of trying to work angles and create sort of half chances, we've seen a few, but this could be a chance for Durham to hit back. Here is Lovelace on that far side. Again, delivery into the gloves of Freya Hazelton quite comfortably.
Again, moments like that, we can't ever count Durham out. Again, they do look a bit, forgive my rudeness, but a bit slow at the minute. They do seem like they're building quite slow until it gets to the wings, but again, can't count them out. As soon as that ball comes through, that could have been a goal. Someone gets the head to it. We've got to be on it and cut these passes out, cut these crosses out on the wings.
Completely right, and unfortunately, in this sort of situation, it doesn't matter how you play, it just matters the result at the end of the game, doesn't it?
100%, that's why I'm telling them we need to get a few more goals.
Try to find a teammate there. Freya Anderson, unfortunately, unable to on that occasion. Throw into Nottingham with Sarah Tweedy, bowled into the path of Clerkin, but Nicholson steals in. Nicholson again heavily involved, but
good tackle from Larissa Hamblin there, just again to another centre mid partner.
John tries to get the shot off, doesn't she, quite early. Maybe she's heard you from down there, Ruby, because you've been calling for a few more attempts and testing the goalkeeper.
Yeah, to be fair, I think the crowd can normally hear me when I'm down there and I'm not even playing, but keeping it PG today, which is nice, and a bit nice of a break actually, feeling a bit chill.
Well, obviously, we'd much rather have you on the pitch, but first half an hour of excellent commentary.
Oh, thank you.
You've done excellently well.
Might take a new job opportunity actually. You've got one, Gavin.
Not too much. I need the work. So
fair enough.
Fizzed forward again. Lovely first touch.
It is. And again, maybe just the centre backs getting a little bit tighter there and winning these first balls again, just posing a threat to this 8. To be fair, for Durham, don't know what her name is actually.
Faye Dale
has been pressing for the whole team in my opinion, but hopefully she gets a bit tired and.
It's a long evening's work, isn't it? I think that is certainly the message, and at the moment you'll be able to testify a lot better than anybody else that if you let the ball do the work, then the legs will hurt a lot more.
Oh, 100%.
It's been a good half an hour's football, still awaiting the first goal, but both teams certainly in the game. Nottingham very much the more aggressive and the more comfortable on the ball, and certainly had the better of the chances.
Great
wonderful
from Milo Lewis-Powell there.
Brilliant again.
Again, we can hear the brilliant. There we go. Finally, a foul that goes in the favour of Nottingham, but
a little bit of a disagreement about the intent behind anything.
We don't want none of that, do we?
We don't, especially because at the moment, especially the last 15 minutes or so, Milo Lewis-Powell has been on fire on this near side. Every time the ball has made its way to Nottingham's number 14, danger has not been far away.
Again, this is a great opportunity for us. I think we're quite lethal on set pieces. Some of our goals have come from crosses and headers, and again, just hopefully we can get the final touch on this.
Absolutely. Delivery will be again from Lewis Powell, who won the free kick. Plenty of options in the box. In fact, only Emily Jacobs and Lucy Robinson outside the penalty area or beyond it. Punch clear, flicked away only as far as Helena Meadows. Meadows penalised for a foul. Just tried to dangle a leg to win the ball back.
Just missed times. Right idea again, trying to win the ball back, but a bit too heavy of a touch. Maybe laying it off to Thea there would have been the better option. Again, Thea, Jesus Christ, she's got a hit on her. You know, we've got a hit on a few of us. So again, just finding these areas on the edge of the box as well and just testing the keeper is something that we need to try and do.
33.5 minutes approaching. Now an opportunity though, as it falls back to John. Again, that long diagonal
ball
looking
again
for Lewis Powell. Does find its way to Milo Lewis Powell. Great feet again, driving to the byline and wins the corner.
Yeah, brilliant. Again, Clara. Brilliant ball. That's been 2 out of 2 now if we're keeping track. But again, Milo doing well, even if he's like, even if they're not getting past people, we're getting corners. So again, just getting these set pieces is really crucial for us.
Excellent play again from Milo Lewis Powell, who's been very much the danger player on this near side up against a tough testing Alexandra Gatto fullback, but starting to get the better of them. Out swinging delivery again, deep one towards the far post, nodded away. Clerkin will get there first.
Yeah,
does really well. Does really well to retain possession there as well, especially looked like potentially a bit of a stumble, but maintain that composure to keep a hold of it. Although
just giving the ball cheaply away here, but again, Emily, even if we do make a mistake, we're picking up the pieces. Again, something we should. Blatant foul, but
yeah, bit of a heavy foul on Jacobs there, as probably it was scooped past and tried to run around the outside, but easily given by the official, and perhaps just a talking to Lovelace, I think it is, on that far side, who's the guilty party.
Again, I think something we tried to implement in these recent weeks is our commitment to win the ball back. You know, everyone's guilty of making mistakes, but I think it's what you do after the mistake that makes you who you are. And again, we just see Emily there, awful pass, but again, she'll say it herself, she's very self-aware. But then that willingness to win that ball back, and here we go again, time of day, and just picking out these balls to our wingers. I don't know why they're allowing us to, unluckily there from Lauren, not the right touch, but I don't know why they're allowing us to do this, but maybe it's their game.
Yeah, that long diagonal in behind is certainly on in behind the fullback, isn't it, from a number of different possessions. Just seen there, obviously Emily Jacobs trying it from a lot deeper, but Clara John doing it 2 or 3 times from left to right and then right to left. So certainly seems, if that is the message of the game plan, it's a dangerous one, because they're allowing Nottingham to do that.
John.
Tried to nudge it through, and it's heavy challenge. Nothing given by the referee, which seems to have gone down poorly on the balcony, needless to say.
Milo's won it back.
Lewis Powell is offside.
I think that might have come off a Durham player, but
I think it may have done, yeah. I think it looked a foul on Clara John, didn't it, to start with?
I mean, from our side it did. Again, it's a bit different when you're down there, but I don't think Clara goes down that easily, in my opinion, so it got to have been a bit of a touch. Thankfully,
she's back on her feet and seems okay, which is...
Oh, yeah. She stays... I don't think I've ever seen her stay down in my life.
Opportunity for Durham now to try and play their way out, but that high press immediately swarmed by green and gold, and Clara John nudges it into Clerkin, but stolen into. Meadows is able to keep a hold of it, but then Nicholson somehow finds the ball and is fouled by Clerkin.
I think that's a foul. I think that might have just been actually given as a throw-in, hopefully, but...
I think it has gone for a throw-in.
Again, you're not going to see the team back down in them type of challenges. You know, you give what for, or you get on the floor. Oh, that rhymed.
That sounds like it's one that's been used in training before.
Oh, I actually just made that. I should become a poet as well as a commentator. And again, brilliant tackle from Thea Clerkin.
Nice tackle from Clerkin. And now Wilshaw running around the outside. Could be a chance building, plenty of green and gold swarming into the box. It's a good delivery. Well defended though. Freya Anderson with a deflection up. Opportunity potentially, but once again, just about enough bodies getting in the way. Surely Tweedy is fouled. Is fouled.
Cheap foul. Again, good area. But again, going back to the start, Thea there just winning them balls. Probably didn't need to slide tackle, but the power she's putting through that ball to get us into areas, and Lauren again on the wings, putting them into great positions. Oh, I think play's been booked actually.
Seen another yellow card brandished by the referee. It's starting to get a little bit feisty out there. We've got only 7.5 minutes until half time. Is this the time for Nottingham to take the advantage? Certainly has been a first half dominated in terms of possession. Chances have been quite few and far between, but certainly starting to create more and more and open up and play a lot better in dangerous areas. And now Milo Lewis-Powell over the set piece. Perhaps.
Again, Milo's balls today have been great into the box. I think, it's been a bit of shoving into it.
But Balcony's unhappy with something.
They're always unhappy with something.
Floated in towards the far post.
Maybe a bit too deep there again on the ball, but
Meadows keeping it alive, nodded away. Is it not fully away though?
Bit of a collision here of Lauren
Still
on the ball.
Bouncing around. And then eventually nudged out to safety, but only just and only momentarily, because it will be a Nottingham throw-in.
100%. It's again there in them scrappy areas. Seen it in the league this season. It just sometimes takes a tap in, and if you can get our foot on the end of that.
Long diagonal.
Brilliant ball from Emily Jacobs.
Lovely pass.
Yeah, she had a pasta today, so she's doing all right.
Hamlin on the ball, doing really well to control it and relax to bring players back in. Here's Clerkin. Floats the one over the top, looking for Wilshaw to chase. Defended well by by Jackson, Clarissa Jackson on that far side. Another throw in a dangerous area.
I think it might have been actually the 11 that was booked, the Vicky. Again, a player we were looking out for today, but doesn't seem to be posting much of a threat at the minute. But
I think you're absolutely right in terms of not too many attacking players for Durham we've seen a huge amount of, and the only time we have seen them is in a defensive position like that and has the ball robbed away.
And that's brilliant. That's our left back. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've got so much variety in this team. Again, Helena all the way up there, and we've got a back three at the minute, and we're comfortable.
Lovely little slide ball over top. Off the shoulder, does it? It's given as a handball.
Oh, brilliant. I don't think we're allowed to do that. So that was implemented as a rule a couple of weeks ago, but again, we're having a calm word, hopefully.
Calm word is very much the commentary word.
I mean, I don't think Thea could do a calm word. But
I think correctly asking the question, but also an opportunity. Better than any discussion with the referee is a free kick in this area with less than 5 minutes to play until half time.
Again, we've seen three set pieces we've been given in the space of 10 minutes in these areas. I don't think Durham actually realised that, again, we've not scored from the other two, granted, but it's moments like this where a goal does go in and needs to be a bit more careful on these tackles.
Absolutely right. Jacobs over it. Decides to go direct and rattles the crossbar, but rattles the crossbar of the NFL post behind, but it's not too far away and very nearly caught the goalkeeper out. Certainly caught us out.
100%. I think it caught our team out, to be fair. They all started running and then thought, why has she done that? I've got to run back now. But not a bad effort from Emily again. The cockiness to do that. It's brilliant. It's what we want today.
Absolutely. And you can see, like you mentioned, the confidence and the ability to have that and the nous to give that a go and keep the goalkeeper on her toes, because the next time there's a free kick in that sort of area, all of a sudden, in the back of your mind, there's, I can't fully commit to coming out and trying to claim in case there is a direct hit, a goal.
Again, Nottingham needs to be careful though, because it's moments like that we'll look back on in the game and we'll think we should have scored these opportunities. And again, if Durham end up getting a goal back, it's us looking at our chances and why we didn't convert them, but hopefully we will soon.
Chance here though.
Great passage of play through the final third of Durham.
Absolutely right. Once again, don't need to say who the danger player to look at is, because seeing Milo Lewis-Powell on the ball. Opportunity again for another corner.
Get your head on it, girls, come on. But yeah, I don't know how much play's been down this side. Again, we've seen a bit of Lauren, but it seems to mostly be going down this right-hand side through Tweedy and through John and through Milo. So, again, something hopefully comes from this corner, but hopefully a little bit less deep, I think. Some good balls, but I think we need to test the goalkeeper a little bit more, put in some pressure.
It's another deep delivery. Very nearly underneath it as well, but not away. I think it was Clara John on that far side. It's kept alive though. Although now potentially the counter could be on. If this is the Durham game plan, Moody has got the ball, nudges it on immediately, and now begin to carry forward, but far too many green and gold between.
Brilliant from Emily. Again, just jockey and stand them up. You don't need to be sliding into tackles like that. again, moments like that show her experience on the ball and her willingness to get off another experienced player like Vic herself. Again, good battle. It's very intelligent. Absolutely. Two, as you mentioned, highly experienced, but also two very special players going up against each other. It's a lively battle that we've been looking forward to, and thus far, handball, surely. Certainly followed. Yeah, I think it's not too dissimilar to the one that was given in the middle of the pitch, but very true, very true. But it's a throw-in given, and a bit of a disagreement between Nicholson and, I don't know whether it may be our own player in Neve Moody in the middle of the park, who exchanged a few words there. Long throw-in. Does find Nicholson again. Lets it bounce, tries to bring it down, but yeah, and Lauren doing brilliant to get back there in these defensive areas, and again, that'll do us. Just getting out of these areas. We don't want to put ourselves under unnecessary pressure at the minute. So again, well done from Lauren. And it's difficult sometimes, I guess, as well, when you're an attacking player and you've had so much of the ball in the opposite end, to maintain that concentration when you do need to track back. But immediately you're seeing that from all areas of the pitch. Again, yeah. Again, Durham just getting on the ends of balls, contesting for them up top. Again, sort of swarmed by a sea of green shirts. Again, we're not going to go down easily today. Counter very nearly on. To be a bit of a heavy in on Clara John, already on a booking as well. Durham's number 11 needs to step in. I don't know if you can hear, but you can hear our media secretary with a horn on the side. Sounds like she's a commentator at the minute, giving the ref a little bit of a going for, but that's our Taylor there, so keep it up, Taylor. So. The atmosphere is absolutely bouncing up here on the terrace side. Certainly a lot of love and a lot of support, and you can hear from the bench as well on the opposite side of the pitch, echoing that encouragement. Clerkin just nodding it out wide for Jacobs to scamper over and progress onto, and again bites into the tackle, does really well. Only one winner in there. Again, bit of a poor touch from Emily, but again after it, realising that and winning the ball again, great tackle from Clara John there again. Will Short tries to take it early, skips through to Tatiana Saunders. It's good positions, maybe just Lauren head over the ball too much there, leaning back a little bit to gain that height on the ball. She's got the power for sure and the accuracy, but you know, just getting them on target, that's what we need at the minute. Not too long before half time here, still goalless, but the best chance of the first half certainly falling to the green and gold of University of Nottingham. Still waiting on the referee say so. We've passed the 45. There's not too long, I'd imagine. Too many stoppages. We had the one head injury, didn't we? But potentially enough time for Freya Anderson to chase after it. Again, the girl who had the head injury seems to be okay now, which is good. Absolutely, and there's the other player involved in that collision in Sarah Tweedy on the throw-in. Referee has one little look at his watch, but I think we're going to get a few more moments. I thought the whistle was going to the mouth there, but now I'm getting ready to shoot off to go down to the dressing room, see what's been said, and I'll come back up. So skipped past, but again, immediately, whoa, Tweedy shutting the door and asking the question, perhaps if there was a little bit of additional beyond that. Oh, and Lauren getting a bit of a speaking to again. One of the Northern girls, just be quiet. It's a good battle we can see between Vic Neufeld and Sarah Tweedy. Again, Sarah, she's really good at mind games. It's one of her strengths to her game. She'll give you a push, she'll stand on your foot and she'll give you what for. No matter how quiet she is off the pitch, but as soon as she gets onto the pitch, it's like a completely different person. I love it. Again, you can see them just going in the back of each other. I think it's, again, a great test. It's lovely to see a bit of competitiveness in these semi-finals. Again, we've got next week is Northumbria versus Loughborough, and again, that'll be a good game to see who plays the winner of this, which is hopefully absolutely. It's a real understatement to say that the first 45 minutes hasn't shown perhaps the enormity of the game from both sides, because the composure and the comfortability of a team that have been there and won it, and perhaps the nervous energy of another team that know this is, a really good opportunity for them to get back to a position that they once were. 100%. Durham want this win. Again, bit of a rivals. Oh, good. Again, good 1-2s between Lauren and Thea there, and a good through ball to Clara. You can see Lauren and Clara switching positions here. Scampering away, trying to keep it in possession, and does keep a hold of it. Darts inside and stands out towards the far post. Brave header at the far post from, I think it was Gatt at the far post again. Did really well under pressure, because it's a really testing delivery in from Clara John on that far side, asking a question and perhaps inviting someone to go and attack it. And look, you can just see here that, I was going to say, but you can see the way Durham are camped in their own half at the minute. They're scared to me. They seem a bit frightened of, you know, what we're capable of, and, you know, the easy option in football is to sit back and just defend, but, you know, you want to win games, you've got to get up there.
Absolutely right. Here's an opportunity for Sarah Tweedy to carry possession back, and once again the referee has a little look to his watch. There's not too long left of this first half. It's been an exciting, encouraging game, and certainly there'll be a green and gold.
Again,
yeah, a little bit
heavy
in the tackle there.
Them, but
Becky Lovelace on Helena Meadows on that far side.
And I think Lovelace has already had it talking to at the minute. I don't know. I think there might be a card actually, which is, again, it's not soft. There's been 2 hard tackles. Again, first one was a warning. Maybe should have been a yellow at that point. But again, great decision from the referee.
Referee has kept a lid on things, and 1 or 2 times it looked like maybe it was going to start to boil over. He's done a fairly good job so far.
I think he's looking at his whistle here too, maybe.
And there is
the
half-time whistle. Fantastic work once again. Thank you so much for accompanying that first half, Ruby. Absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, there hasn't been a goal, hasn't been a difference between the two. It's fairly evident, fairly obvious that University of Nottingham on the ball have looked a lot more comfortable, a lot more composed, a lot calmer, but thus far haven't found a breakthrough. Durham do pose a threat clearly on the counter-attack, but as it stands, still goalless. The champions have got a lot of work to do, but the questions are certainly more towards those in purple this season. Don't forget, tonight's fixture is the final game on the road to BUCS Big Wednesday in Loughborough in 2 weeks' time. 16 sports, 57 fixtures, 114 teams. BUCS Big Wednesday brings together talent from all over the country competing to become 2024 BUCS champions. Tickets are on sale now. You can make sure and go and secure them online. All you need to do is search BUCS Big Wednesday Nottingham to find the link on our webpage, and tickets are on there as well. Half time here at the headliner. It's University of Nottingham 0, Durham 0.
Welcome to BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance.
It's the final play, and look at the celebrations, look at how much it means to Northumbria.
That is full time here, and Nottingham reigns supreme.
And he will take it in for the second Loughborough touchdown.
White will head for the corner, but he won't need to get there. The referee blows the full-time whistle.
Hi, my name's Ed. I am a student here at the University of Nottingham. I identify as he, him, and I also identify as bisexual, and my involvement in sport is as a sports scholar and also as president of fencing. So some of the barriers I face are, as an international athlete, there are certain countries which we're asked to go to, which I can't necessarily travel to due to potential laws and just like my concern for my own safety more out than anything else. I'm hoping it's something that might change in the future, but it's looking a bit unlikely at the moment. However, I'm quite optimistic it will change. The reason why I became more open about my sexuality at university was because of some of the events that were put on at UON Sport. Distinctively, there was one pure discussion about LGBT inclusivity and involvement in sport, and I think having that continuous discussion between students, between the SU officer and the members of staff here, really help engage some of the higher level athletes to then push inclusivity and push inclusion within sport, and also just making everyone feel as welcome as possible. And there is a place for everyone to do sport here, and I think that's just like the key aspects of what UN Sport is about. I'd say just go for it. I mean, very rarely will people have a problem with it, or if they do, sometimes they just need a bit of education more than anything else. And I just feel like it's something that you might be afraid of, but it's something that you shouldn't necessarily fear, and it shouldn't hold you back from being who you want to be and still being involved in sport.
Hi, my name is Alex. Oh my god, how did I for it? Sorry. Okay.
That's okay.
Hi, my name is Alex. I identify with the LGBTQ+ community and I'm the president of University of Nottingham Netball Club. I think barriers that I face have normally come from myself. I feel like being involved in sport gives such a platform for people like me to really express themselves, but sometimes it can also be quite isolating when potentially you're the only person that identifies with the community. However, I've never really experienced much discrimination, and I know that in some cases I'm quite fortunate for that. I think it's about myself, me putting myself out there, but also people being open to the notion that I'm part of a different community and I don't necessarily identify with them, and just, you know, balancing that interaction. I think the Let's Talk series like this is really important, just continuing the conversation. I think there's a common misconception that LGBTQ conversations are limited only to February in History Month and June, which is Pride Month. But in fact, it is something that should be discussed all year round. And I think just broadening the conversation regarding different sexualities that are not within the acronym, and just having those conversations. And I think for clubs as well, just really promoting the significance of diversity within their sports. As president, that's something I'm really keen to do for netball, and I think it's really effective. I think I've always been a very sporty person. I really value having a team around me. I've done both individual and team sports, and I think team sports is definitely the one for me. For myself, when I was in that sort of questioning period of my life, having netball was so important because it gave me a safe space where I was a netball
Was that all okay first half?
And the reason that I was valued, and the most important thing, was my ability to retrieve a ball from a shooter. It wasn't anything going on in my private life, because it can be really isolating and it can be a very confusing period for many people when you're questioning yourself. And I think sport offering that consistency and just value and significance for the individual is really, really important. And so I think if you're able to find that within a sport and find that within a team or a community, sporting community, it's really, really invaluable and helps more than you could realise at the time.
So what does it mean to you?
The time.
The sweat. The passion.
The thrill.
The determination.
The support.
The camaraderie.
But it's so much more than that.
We're playing for something bigger.
You ready?
Question is, how are you going to leave your legacy?
Well, I'm now here with an old friend, Sean Nolan, the sports officer here at the University of Nottingham. This is going to be the last time we chat in this circumstance.
Unfortunately, yeah, this is election season next week. This is the last headliner for me as sports officer, but great chance for someone new to come in and take the reins.
What's your legacy as sports officer? What's the thing you're proud of the most? Is it Let's Talk, your mental health initiative?
That's been brilliant, and it's great to see how that's evolved and it now stands on its own feet and will continue running. That's been something that I've been passionate about since, I mean, we talked about it before I was even elected, and then to see that come along and now will be a bit of a future-proof project is really cool. There's still a few little secret behind-the-scenes projects which, if they come through in the next kind of month or so, will be a really cool legacy to leave behind for everyone. But just being really visible, kind of empowering all the students that you see here today and taking on their passion is something that I've been really proud to do. So
yeah, and it's it's been great to see what you've done from my perspective, and I know people who have caught the headliner before will have seen us talking before and talking about all the good things that you've been doing. Yeah. So congratulations for everything you leave behind here when you depart your role. Yes. What have you made of that first half then?
It struggled to get going a little bit, I think. There was a lot of good possession for Nottingham. Durham struggled to come forward only on the counter-attack a little bit. We definitely dominated, but just lacked a bit of cutting edge in the final third. I think if we can tighten up a few things, getting in behind, getting a few earlier crosses in, we'll trouble the keeper a little bit more. But I'm confident with how we've defended. We've been secure on the ball, so I think we've just got to turn that into chances now.
Yeah, in terms of sport across the university, how's it been going? Because I know varsity's coming up very, very soon. You know, Trent University. We don't want to talk about Trent, do we? University of Nottingham.
We don't want to talk about Trent.
It's probably a little bit closer than you want to admit most years. You know, it's a competitive rivalry, but University of Nottingham generally come out on top, don't they?
Yeah, got the history of coming out on top. Obviously, ice hockey a few weeks ago didn't go as we would have wanted it to, but they can use that for some confidence, and we'll use that as inspiration. So I think it'll be a tight series. All starts on Sunday, right through to Thursday, and it's looking like the final fixture will be a deciding one.
Wow, it all comes down to the final fixture. And obviously this game here is a semi-final for the BUCS Big Wednesday, so it's all to play for in the second half. The Big Wednesday takes place at Loughborough University on the 20th of March. If you want to go down, support everyone that's participating, always a massive event, and I'm sure a good night out afterwards.
It is a good night out. It's trustee board for me the next morning, so I'll have to be sensible, lime sodas only, I think. But yeah, BUCS Big Wednesday, we've had it here for a few years. It's a huge event. It's a massive celebration of student sport, and obviously whoever wins here today will fancy themselves going forward. Fingers crossed.
Imagine they will. Well, yeah, of course, and Sean will obviously be on the water at the Big Wednesday. Thank you very much, Sean. I'm just going to bring in the club president, Anna-Lee Cole, who's here. Sean, I'm let you. You can hold. You can stay in the. You can stay in the shot here.
Come on in.
What have you made of the first half?
Oh, it's been great. I feel like we've dominated a lot. We've been getting some good balls up the pitch. I think we just need that final product in the net.
Make the difference, the difference. So as the club president, I mean, what does your job entail? Obviously, arranging everything. Are you the person that we should be thanking for all the progress so far to get to the semi-final?
No, I wouldn't say I was.
He was nodding. I could see that.
More down to the coaches than me and the players, but I guess I just oversee everything, make sure they're all doing their jobs and stuff.
And what would it mean for the team to get to the Big Wednesday? Because this is the semi-final. We've got one half of football left. Hopefully we get it decided then, and hopefully it goes in your favour. But obviously, a lot goes into this season to get this far, and to get to the final and hopefully win the final will be such a big achievement.
Yeah, no, it would be great. I think everyone would be so just ecstatic. It would just be really good in the club all round. Like, the vibe will just be
I can
amazing.
imagine. How many people get involved every year? Because obviously there's so many different things you can do at university, not just sport. There's so many different clubs and initiatives and things you can get involved in as a student. How many people generally sign up for the women's football team?
So at trials we have about 100 people, but across all 4 teams we can only really take about 10 to 15 per team. Okay. So we have in the club in total we have about 85 members, I'd say.
That's pretty impressive.
Which is quite a lot. We've got 4 teams, and then we also have IMS as well.
Amazing.
Which is good.
Sean's told me about his legacy before he leaves his role as the sports officer. What's been your sort of proudest moment, or perhaps the best moment that you've been part of in your role as the club president so far?
God.
It could even be tonight, making it this far. I mean, that's a pretty big achievement.
I mean, this is a pretty good achievement. We also take part in futsal, and our first team have just won the league, 10 out of 10 wins, which is a pretty good achievement. Our 2s are also through to the next round of the cup, so hopefully we'll go on and win that.
It's amazing. That's incredible. And Sean, let's bring Sean back in here. You were telling me some other sports going on at the moment. What was going on? First versus seconds?
Oh yeah, so men's hockey's just gone to shuffles. 1s against 2s for a place at BUCS Big Wednesday. So we're nervously looking over at Matt, who's got the live stream on, waiting for a number 1 or a number 2 signal.
We've got basically off screen here. It's like when your football team or your sports team's playing, but you're at a wedding, and he's just kind of like slowly walked off, and he's just kind of doing the old phone to the ear, making it look like he's doing like an important business call, but really he's just trying to get the score, right?
Final day of the season when they have the radios in the stadium.
That's it, and then a big cheer will go up, and then someone's passed on incorrect information. That's how it goes. Well, look, I think the second half is coming up very, very soon. We'll see behind us. The teams will re-emerge in just a second. Sean, Anna, thank you very much for joining me. We'll just have the second half coming up very, very soon.
Like a laser, eyes on me when I bring the thunder. Rumble at the jungle, I'm a nervous shaker. A force to be reckoned with the freak of nature. In the clouds, my kingdom come. Full throttle and I'm on the road. Ride out in the setting sun. I live for the thrill. I live for the chase. Just for the run. I live for the game. Like I'm in a cage. The walls, they keep closing in. I need a place where I can breathe. Oh yeah. It's time to say goodbye. Leave it all in shoulder time. Need you to hold your breath when you reach deeper and from the shallows, whatever means
Good evening and welcome back to the headliner for this second half. University of Nottingham are hosting Durham University. 0-0 at half-time, still plenty to play for, and obviously the final next, week or so away on Wednesday at Loughborough University. Big BUCS Big Wednesday. We are ready for it. I'm delighted to say for the second half, I'm joined by Freya and Zoe. Freya, how are you firstly?
I'm doing very good, thank you. How are you doing, Zoe? I'm doing really good, thank you.
Right, well, I'm going to lean on you both heavily in this second half. You already told me that it might get a bit raucous on the balcony if and when Nottingham find the back of the net. What did you make of the first half?
I think that was a great, strong first half from Nottingham. I think we dominated possession, and I think all we've got to do is get a goal in the second half, and the game's ours, to be honest. We've got a big support out here. We've got a big home crowd, so I think they could bring Nottingham home tonight.
Absolutely. And Zoe, yourself?
Yeah, I agree. I think we had most possession in the first half. I think it's just about getting the final product now, and hopefully we'll get that.
Absolutely right. You can see the composure and the amount of possession that Notts have had, and that's obviously something I'm sure that the boss, the head coach, Jake Paul, have been pleased with at half-time, Freya.
Definitely, 100%. We've looked very comfortable on the ball. I mean, that's something that we've got to capitalise on in the second half.
And Zoe, in terms of the key player, who are we looking for in the second half? Who do you think is going to make the difference?
I think Freya, hopefully up top, will bag a goal. She's looking good, as well as Lauren Woolshaw. I think we rely on quite a them for the goals, so hopefully we'll get a goal from them.
Could not agree more. Lauren Wilshire on the wing, got a lot of creative force up there, so we'll see that in the second half, hopefully. Absolutely right.
We are moments away from getting back underway then. Balcony are in fine voice. A bit chilly up here, but everybody seems to be keeping warm and ready for what is hopefully going to be a celebration at the end of the next 45 minutes. And we are back underway.
Big second half here for Notts.
Absolutely right. And again, immediately stamped in and across, but Helena Meadows can retain possession and knock it back for a bit more direct towards Freya Anderson. We saw a little bit of that in the second half. Delighted to say Ruby's joined us as well, so we've got a full commentary box.
Oh, hello, I know. Just joined here by... Who are we joined here by?
Joined here by Freya and Zoe.
Again, some of the stars in our twos team. Girls, what do you think of the game so far?
I think Notts have been all over it so far, so there's hope for a big second half from Notts here.
Zoe, what are your thoughts?
Couldn't agree more of that. I think we've got most possession and we're going to 100% see a goal soon.
100%, I agree. Hopefully you agree too.
What was said at half-time without spilling any secrets in...
I'll try not to. Again, half-time, I said Jake would be happy, and he is. You know, he's quite content with how we're playing at the minute. I just think, again, like the tenacity, we need a bit more grit to get them goals in and get some shots in. But, again, picking out star players at the minute, like Thea and... Again, like Clara John, again, putting in these tackles in the air and on the floor, winning these balls, it's stuff that we need.
Absolutely right, yeah, we're seeing that quite a lot, aren't we? We're seeing immediately exactly what we saw in the first half, which is Durham needing to camp in a little bit, but not trying to get on the ball more. Clara John right in front of us, trying to battle away and took one to the throat almost there, Helena Meadows. Who's impressed you in the first half in terms of where do you think that the sort of the key battle has been so far?
I think in the midfield so far, to be fair. I think the game is won or lost in the midfield. I think Clara and Thea have been really strong in midfield, winning those balls. So I think in the second half we're going to win. Those could be two key players for Nottingham right there.
Could be a chance for Durham Bill. We'll come back to that. And Zoe, what about yourself?
I think I've really enjoyed seeing the battle with Milo down the wing. I think it's great to see, and hopefully he'll be winning more in the next half.
Correct, I agree. Same thing. Again, Milo against their fullbacks at the minute. Again, one of the team talk things that was said again is that these fullbacks aren't backing down and they're not getting tired at the minute. Hopefully they do. Again, we're only in the 47th minute, but again, Lauren just been told to have a bit more confidence about her. Again, she's got technical ability of, you know, some of the men's players, do you know what I mean? But again, just a bit more confidence on her to get in them areas and just have them shots, because she's got it in her locker 100%.
I can imagine it was a much more relaxed and composed dressing room than perhaps the opposite side of the corridor, because perhaps Durham need to be a little bit more adventurous in its second half. Ruby, would you think that?
I do. I agree. I think they've been too nice, in my opinion. I think they've given us too much respect. Again, when you're going against a team in a semi-final, which is your rival, really, you don't want to give them any respect. But again, no screams and shouts we couldn't hear from the Durham changing room. So again, just see if they changed their press. Have you seen any at the start? Again, it was the first few minutes, but.
I mean, Freya and Zoe will be better placed to say. Not been a huge amount of changes that is there in terms of their approach and their possession in terms of that. I mean, I think ultimately this is certainly going to be, I'd imagine, I'd hope so as well from a green and gold perspective, a similar second half to the one at the first half. It certainly started that way, and we can see immediately Emily Jacobs looking for that long diagonal forward, a little bit straighter this time, and Freya Anderson trying to chase the knockdown, but building possession from the back, and Durham trying to relieve it a little bit. Lovelace, who got booked at the end of that first half, has had it stolen away by Meadows, and that's a really good battle.
Brilliant
Here goes
battle
Meadows.
from Helena Meadows here.
And now John, space on that far side if she can find.
It's a brilliant ball through to Milo on the other hand side as well.
Lewis Powell standing up against the defender, slams it across goal and very nearly finds that far post. What an effort that is.
Close from Nottingham there. That shows exactly the kind of tenacity we want to get that goal in the second half. That was lovely play there.
Absolutely right. Zoe, what do you think about that in terms of Milo? Lewis Powell had a great first half and has started the second half as well.
Yeah, I agree. Milo's dominating down the wing, and I genuinely think we'll be seeing a goal soon, to be honest.
Again, something that might be worked upon in training. I don't want to give away any secrets,
no,
Ruby, but yeah, but that certainly looks it in terms of, we've seen both Lauren Wilshaw and Milo Lewis Powell getting to the byline and driving it across, and perhaps looking to pick someone out at the far post, and already causing questions in the second half as lovely interchange in play, and it knocked back to Clara John again, tried to stamp it across and maybe find someone through it. Almost like a cross shot there, wasn't it?
Almost so, yeah. Again, in the changing room, Clara was told that we're probably not going to be scoring from these 35-yard areas. To this goalkeeper, again, give her a bit of benefit of doubt where it's due. She's got good handling, and she's not afraid to punch the ball in the air or collect it, whether or not Freya's posing a threat. But it's these tight areas again. Milo getting into one then, and it might have been a bit of a shot, really. Only whistle past the post, and that's what we need, a bit more in the area or around the 18-yard area, just getting some shots through.
And I guess that the longer the game goes on, the more that Durham will have to try and almost counteract their plan for the first 50-odd minutes that we've seen so far.
Yeah, brilliant. Again, just a poor goal kick from Durham. Again, I don't know what's gotten into them. Normally it's literally press, but I don't know whether they're missing a few players or, again, just a bit tired from the journey as well. Again, external circumstances at the minute. There's some... Oh yeah, the whole crowd as well. Again, 12th man.
Nicholson on the ball now, though, but can't find a way past Meadows, who immediately flicks it onto John. Now a little bit of space, but Moody has stood in, and John's fouled Moody. A bit of a questionable one. I saw the look on Freya's face there. You didn't agree with that one, no?
I don't think the crowd agreed with that either. I think that was a dodgy decision from the ref, maybe.
Zoe certainly nodding along as well. Not a fan of that.
Couldn't agree more.
Conversation, and Clara John certainly doesn't agree with it either, and is the next name to go into the referee's notebook.
Oh, has she been booked?
Yeah, I think the referee trying to get a handle on things, but an opportunity now for Durham to step a few forward, and it's a long square run up as well. So this one is going to be
it's a good ball
towards
through,
the far post.
Again, Tweedy in the air. She's quite small herself, but the jump she has on her to get these aerial balls and get them out of places that are threatening us is just great at the minute.
We spoke about Durham's number 11 being one of the players to keep an eye on, but can't wriggle away from.
Great work. Again, work great from Milo there to be getting onto their wings, especially from defending from a corner. And again, pace, that's what we have. We've got bundles of it again on the bench with Amelia Penfold. Hopefully she does come on and you see how fast she'll run. She should run track in my opinion. But yeah, again, depth of the squad that we have on the bench to come on as well. We're only 51 minutes in, and as Jake said, our coach, he wants our players to be tired coming off, and he doesn't want to make changes because of people playing bad. He wants to play it because we've given our all.
Lovelace trying to wriggle through and does find a way, but can't find a way past the absolute swarm of green and gold that stands between them and the Nottingham goal line. Instead, the clearance is deflected down, but hasn't been kept in just about. Still can't find a way past, and Clerkin snapping into the tackle has already become really accustomed. Now Moody, is it going to open up for Moody? Tries to nudge it inside, and it is a half effort at goal. From
sparing Nottingham's blushes there a little bit. Too much time on the edge of the area, I think, for the Durham players. Again, it's moments like this, 45 minutes, Nottingham did just dominate the half, but you can never ever count a team out. Again, they probably had a bit of a word in the changing room to get into these areas, and when they've been on the counter-attack like they've had with this number 14, who's unfortunately been booked, and we need to play on that a little bit, but again, it's a decent shot and a bit more power on it. Who knows where it could have ended up.
Yeah, Faye Dale with the half sighting at goal, unable to make anything of it, which is pleasing from a green and gold perspective. Meadows trying to fire one down the line.
Again, I think just a bit rushing from Meadows there. She doesn't need to do that. She can go through the centre midfield and play out to the other side. Again, we can see here Milo's in abundance of space, calling for it, arms out, just looking up that extra second and playing that ball through to create an opportunity.
I think Clara John remembered she was on a booking there, because
yeah, I think so too.
Little bit of panic when the ball was kicked against the cage around it. Meadows out for a throw in. Oh, a little bit of retaliation there, a little bit of petulance. And, there's a class going on in there. It's not.
See some star jumps in the HP's edge, maybe some future ones footballers in there, get them out.
Zoe, the way that Zoe pointed to the screen there, I thought it was really kicking off and people were coming up against the glass.
Big reactions from the crowd out here. Everyone's getting involved out here tonight, even the people doing their star jumps. Everyone is behind Nottingham tonight.
Absolutely right. Here's Will Shaw. Lovely nudge inside. John, overlapping run again.
John's done well. Oh, unfortunately, a little bit short.
Intercepted well. But again, saying about the fullbacks needing to be absolutely at the races from minute 1 to 90. They've been at it so far, but 53.5, 54 minutes played. Could be a chance here. Anderson, great feet. Oh, Moody into the tackle and retains possession. Now Durham can try and come the other way. Here is Lovelace. Little nudge on to...
Good one too. But again, that Clerkin just pushing the ball back again. And good tackle from Lucy Robinson there.
Again, it still seems a little bit of a composure lacking in the way that Durham are playing possession, but the quality they have is evident, and now it could be an opportunity.
Again, I was praising Tweedy on that, but again, just a bit of a mistimed header there, you know, a bit of a misstep. But again, like I said in the first half, what we've done well this game is not losing the ball, but our willingness to get it back. Again, like I said, everyone makes mistakes, but it's what you do after them that makes a player that you are. So.
Absolutely right. Here's Lovelace up against Meadows. Tries to dart in field but can't find a way past. Gets a little bit lucky with a break and keeps it alive. And it's a long-range effort. Not one that's going to trouble Nottingham goal by any stretch.
Durham are snatching at chances here a little bit, taking shots from the edge of the area because they can't work the ball forward maybe.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a really good point. I wonder if that's something, again, that they need to do in this second half then, Freya, because it does seem like perhaps getting to the byline like Nottingham have been doing isn't really on for Durham thus far.
Seems like a bit of lack of composure maybe. Maybe they can see the middle of the ball isn't through the middle of the park, so they're having to take shots from distance maybe. But I think time will tell in the second half the way Durham play.
Zoe, in terms of the way that Durham have been playing so far, you've throughout the system, have you come up against Durham this season? Is this a sort of a pattern of play that Durham play like?
Zoe just handed the mic back. Have you played Durham twos or no? But I think they are just in our league. Again, we played them in futsal. Again, Nottingham have just recently won the futsal tournament against Durham. Again, that's a trophy that we can add to our cabinet this season. You know, again, the 2s and 3s have done amazing. So again, hopefully to win all the futsal tournaments, that's another thing. Lucy did well. Oh, I don't know. That's a bit of a foul on Lucy Robinson.
Seems a foul,
there.
and it is a foul on Lucy Robinson. Thankfully,
crowd have very strong opinions on that foul as well. I think the crowd definitely getting behind Nottingham here today.
Absolutely right. Every decision, every tackle is headed and kicked by 200 people on the balcony as well, which is great to see.
Whether or not it's correct or not, I think a few of our twos, such as, we've got some loud mouths like Heather, Taylor, everyone, we're all shouting for it, especially the two to my right.
Well, I think Freya and Zoe both said this, but there's going to be a bit of a bounce on the terrace when eventually the ball does go in the back of the net.
Oh, 100%. And I can't run at the minute, but I'll be doing my best to run down and jump and celebrate with the girls. But again, Freya on the attack here, she's done really well.
Could be a chance. It's still going, trying to sort of run through players at times. It needs to be, and commitment again. Clarkin bundling into a tackle, doing well to keep Durham on their toes. A little flick around the corner from Nicholson is behind Lovelace and unable to keep it in play.
Again, I think quietly Lucy Robinson's had quite a good game since the start. I think Emily's done a bit more probably off the balls and the crunching tackles, but again, Lucy's one of them players that you don't realise you miss her until she is off the pitch. Again, just winning defensive headers like that and getting it away from our back line, that's centre-back's job, and that's exactly what she's doing.
A little nod down from Anderson into the path of Hamlin and out. Overlapping run from Tweedy. Awesome.
Good tackle from Durham again.
Threw into the tackle. Yeah, threw into the tackle.
Yeah.
It's lucky the net was there and the cage was there, to be honest. Someone's car window was going.
Maybe slid into the road.
Throw-in taken into the chest of Lewis Powell. Little nudge back to Tweedy.
Nice little flick from Sarah Tweedy. But again, you can see how far Sarah Tweedy is up the pitch. We've got the ability to do that and allow her to do that again. Milo's isn't really intelligent. He's allowing Sarah to get up and noticing them spaces and tracking back and making sure we have a body there. But again, just a bit poor on the final product, I think, at the minute. We'll win the ball back. Brilliant again, Lauren there. And she's been doing that all game. She's been great again, trying to turn into areas. But again, winning the ball back. See, I can't say it enough. We've done great at it today, but it's just being really clinical on them final moments.
Absolutely.
I think it says something about Nottingham's confidence that we're willing to try moves like that in the final third, though. I think Durham maybe been rushing at shots a little bit, but Nottingham are willing to play those kind of risky moves, however. But I think we have that confidence, and maybe that's the home crowd supporting them out there.
Absolutely right, and you mentioned could be a chance here. We'll come back to that, because a chance for Durham potentially, although immediately too many bodies around to prevent the forward press.
Brilliant
a wonderful tackle from Clara John, and now the counter-attack could be on. There's plenty of space either side if she can pick the right pass. She does find Lewis Powell driving towards the byline at the far post is Wilshaw. It's a great tackle and out for a Nottingham corner, but again immediately springs the counter-attack, springs the break and picks the right pass at the right time there, Ruby.
100%. Again, Clara, one of our third years at the minute, could be the last 40 minutes of Euro and WFC football she'll ever play. But again, just driving up there, you can see the experience and the strong willingness and forward head she has on her by taking up. She didn't turn around. You know, a lot of players in the centre midfield do tend to turn around when they're with the open net. You know, I'm guilty of doing it myself in my centre mid days, but my knees aren't really good for that anymore. But again, choosing the right pass as well. 3 options in front of her. She could have gone to the left with Lauren again. Bit more space there probably. But again, Milo's shown today that, you know, they're willing to get round players and pose them threats, so I think it's the right choice, but I'm getting a corner out of it.
Absolutely right, and the corner to be taken immediately. Stood up towards the centre of the box and nearly fell to John. Urged by Clerk into strike and just bounces wide, but urged by the balcony to shoot. And I think, Freya, you were talking about the difference that the crowd's making, maybe encouraging Thea to shoot from there.
100%. I think Nottingham crowd is 100% go, encouraging players to always take those risks. And I think you can see that on the pitch. 100% the 12th man out there today. I think Durham don't have this crowd behind them, and it is showing when they're snatching at shots a little bit, but Nottingham have that confidence behind them. I think it's shown in the way they're playing out there today.
And Ruby, you said about in the first half, players that have got that ability on the edge of the area, so that'd be a confidence boost as well to get your shot softened and maybe keeping on the toes.
100%. Obviously, I'm quite closer to Thea than some of the members in the squad, but again, some of her friends are here and we've seen the way she can hit a ball, and you know, I think it takes a real talent to know how to do that and where to put your foot and, you know, when to as well. Again, there, I think she might have rushed that a bit. I think she knows that. I think, again, with the crowd urging to shoot, you normally shoot. If you can, it's just what you do. But again, I don't doubt that she'll be in areas like that later on in the game where, you know, it might pay off and she'll hit it a bit more thoroughly.
You can see certainly technical ability of that midfield trio, certainly, and then pressing forward as well. Freya Anderson on the toes all the way up and pressing and pressing and pressing, and the clearance is a little bit hurried and it'll be into the path of Lucy Robinson, who will take the throw-in. Quite pleased with that, I think.
Maybe just doing enough. You know, we don't need to play around with it in the areas. You know, don't think she had the time. Again, from a centre back's perspective, I don't think she had the time. Oh, that's a good flick. No, it's all right. She doesn't have the time to put it down and, you know, worry in them areas. We don't need it. It's 0-0. You know. But again, coming back to what you said before, it's 60 minutes in and Freya Anderson's still sprinting up and down towards the goalkeeper and the centre backs, and you know, it takes a person with real determination and grit to keep doing that, and she's doing a great job.
Absolutely right, yeah. You can see the difference and the percentage of difference that you've got from the press at one end of the pitch of the green and gold of University of Nottingham, and then the other end of the pitch, the press is a little bit less so and allows the centre-halves time on the ball, whereas I don't think the two centre-halves for Durham have had more than 3 or 4 seconds on the ball throughout the whole game.
Again, Lucy Robinson there, just again throwing bodies onto the line to get this ball. This is what this club's about, in my opinion. It's, you know, it's not half-hearted challenges. It's not coming into a semi-final thinking, oh, I'll stick a foot there or there. It's putting your body on the line for the team. You know, we've got a championship to defend here, and again, Lucy's just showing this left, right, and centre. And again, well done. You know?
And you can see as well, Freya and Zoe, obviously for yourselves both playing in the twos team, you can see certainly how much of an impact does this have, seeing the first team and how well they're playing. How much of a confidence boost does that give you and the other group as well?
We talk about first team, second team, third team, fourth team, but we really are one club here at Nottingham, and I think we have that philosophy that every time we get on that pitch, we'll play 100% our best, we'll put our body on the line, and we will fight for that badge. So it might be the first team or the second team, but if you look at the crowd out there, we've got players from the first team, second team, third team, fourth team, and we're all there. Maybe even fifth team. Maybe next year in that exercise class, we've got the 15 players right there. We're out here tonight supporting Nottingham, and that's the most important thing. And you know what? I think the club's philosophy is shining through there 100% tonight. We are working 100% for that badge, green and gold, all day long.
Absolutely right. Well said. And you're absolutely spot on. I mean, there are so many people on the balcony supporting. You can certainly see the whole family that have come out tonight to support.
100%. I think Freya just nailed it on the head there. Again, we don't play for a number, we play for a badge and a club at the end of the day. But you know, it's lovely to see. I don't think, again, I've ever had a club where so many people show up to certain games. Like, again, just Durham coming in on the attack here, but Emily Jacobs, again, dealing with it well with that composure.
Of course, again, you're absolutely right. It does feel very much like we mentioned and joked about earlier. It's a lovely first touch. We'll come back to that. It's a great first touch from Clara John. Third and fourth touch isn't bad either. Slide ball into
again,
Lewis
just
Powell on
these
the far
areas
side.
Now, hopefully.
Driving to the byline. Again, that tackle was thrown in and will be given as a free kick as well.
But a bit late there, I think. A good tackle, but I think you just didn't need to leave that leg in there. Again, Durham giving away silly fouls in silly areas, and it's in my opinion, it's about time we get on the end of one. You know, we've had so many. We need to start, you know, having an end goal to these things that we've been actually just given out of thin air.
Does feel, doesn't it? The longer the game goes on, and Nottingham have been in such a great sort of passage of play throughout from the start of the game in terms of keeping possession and being so composed and creating the best opportunities. But the longer the game goes on, and the longer Durham is still in it, is more concerning.
100%. And again, we can just see a bit of a switch up here, as talked about in the changing room, that Lauren's on this set piece at the minute. I think it's been Milo most of the first half, and you know, got some good balls, but maybe just Lauren can find a player.
Here we go. We'll now find out. Lauren Wilshaw with the delivery towards the far post underneath the goalkeeper, drops it a little bit, and Clara John swung a leg at it, just checking the goalkeeper's okay. Had to go for it. Was nothing more 100%. Than honesty in that.
And then again, you can just see there our ethos as a club and as a community is, you know, being a sportsman as well. Again, we're all looking forward to, again, silly foul there from Freya. But again, we're looking forward to the progression of women's football and women's uni football. And, you know, you're against someone, but also little stuff like that, you know, checking someone's okay after a tackle and shaking hands after a game. It does mean a lot in our, you know, drive to improve women's football, and especially in our university.
I think it underlines, doesn't it? It underlines the spirit and exactly what the university's about in terms of all of that. It's, yeah, absolutely right. And again, we're seeing the quality on the ball, because immediately going again, Freya Anderson unable to rein it in there, but immediately you can see the difference, can't you, in the urgency, in the way that Nottingham are on the ball, in difference in Durham, perhaps a little bit more slow, a little bit more ponderous, and perhaps this is a game plan, perhaps this is exactly what they want to be doing, but thus far, certainly if you're watching from a neutral perspective, it's all been Nottingham.
100%, yeah, and again, I'm unfortunately not a neutral perspective, but yeah, Durham again, their game to get into this, I think it went to penalties, I'm pretty sure, so they're used to riding games out. I feel like they are quite game playing people, you know, they've got the intelligence to do that. Again, a great ball over to this winger on the side here, but Helen is pressing down quite well and hopefully stands her up.
Lovely, trying to cut inside and gives it to opportunity for Nicholson, tries to slide it in, but again, too many green and gold bodies in the way, although it's going to bobble out to Hughes, who's going to try and keep it alive. Now a chance for Clarkson on the left hand side, again trying to keep it moving for Durham, but already every time they get anywhere near, pressed high and pressed viciously at times. Meadows in the way first.
Again, I think the ball has finally gone out for Nottingham. Again, just see there, Freya, again, the variety we have in this squad as a striker coming back into them left wing areas and left back areas, and, you know, sticking a foot in. That's what we're about, and that's what we've been doing for 65 minutes. But I do think there's a pondering thought in people's minds now that we do need to get a goal. Unfortunately, Durham are getting a bit... It's not a bad shot either.
It's another really good effort from Dale. Just out of nothing, real snapshot effort, wasn't it? Just popped out and tried to find the far corner. It's those sort of opportunities, though, the longer the game goes on, it's a half chance that Durham need.
100%. I think that's just a bit lazy from Nottingham. I think, you know, we're getting a bit tired now. I think we need to look at the way we're passing the ball a lot better. Like, I think we are playing the better football, but again, as I said at the start, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you play the best football. It's just that willingness and sometimes luckiness that gets us wins. And again,
I think what's important when you're on the top, you do have to kind of capitalise over these chances, and sometimes maybe Nottingham might rue the missed chances we had in the first half. So I think what's important right now is kind of capitalise on this possession and domination of the game and get a goal, hopefully.
Absolutely right. And again, like you've both just mentioned eloquently there, 66.5 minutes played. It's been all Nottingham, but it's still goalless on the score sheet, which is the only disappointing part as to what has been a very impressive and comfortable performance from Jake Paul's team so far. Although we are seeing one or two players warming up on the far side, keeping an eye on.
Yeah,
Ruby,
we can. Just as far as I can see here, and, you know, I might need contacts, but we can see Giovanna and Eleanor as well. And again, I'll just give a big shout out to Els, because again, coming back from a knee injury herself, not an ACL, but, you know, a few issues with her knees and stuff. Again, having to have surgery. Oh, but Freya just holding up the ball well there. We're surrounded by a swarm of purple players, and Milo putting on the pressure.
Trying to nudge it into a dangerous area. And again, you can see the sort of fluidity and players knowing sort of where they are prior to even looking. It's almost almost they don't even need to think about it and know where they are on the pitch, and that comes from clearly consistency, but also a comfortability around each other.
Oh, 100%. Again, if you don't have a trust, you don't have a team, in my opinion. Like, you've got to trust each other with the ball, otherwise where's it going to go? You're just going to kick it to no one, you know, the ghost in the field now. Oh, and that should be a foul, 100%.
John is fouled, and it will be a free kick.
Big shouts for a foul there from the crowd. I think the crowd are really getting behind Nottingham right now.
Again, I think you can hear big shouts from the Durham manager there. I think Oh, offside. I think that's why
flag.
he was shouting. I was going to say it wasn't going towards him.
It's just as well he shouted because none of us saw it. So.
But again, as I was saying before, Eleanor Hutchins on the sideline, again, coming back from a knee injury, done extremely well, been out for, I think, nearly 2 years now. You know, getting minutes with the 3s and the 2s and coming back into the ones where she was in the first place. Not that there's a massive difference in our squad. We've got that depth and we've got that variety throughout our whole club. But again, coming back and trying to get these minutes, hopefully. And if we do see her get on, you can see the way, you know, she was a key player in the squad and she still is.
Absolutely right. And talk about the whole family ethos, and certainly there'll be plenty of players that perhaps might be disappointed on one hand to not start this evening, but will get their opportunity and play a big part in the final 22.5 minutes.
Again, that's brilliant from Larissa Hamblin there. Again, just pressing on the edge of the box. We don't want to be giving anybody time to get them shots off, and just a bit overhit by Clara John, but it's again good areas to find Freya's feet.
Tried to fizz it into the feet of Freya Anderson, didn't she, on that occasion? But it'll be out for a throw-in on this near side. Still no movement from either dugout. I mean, 21, just over minutes to play here. Still in the balance, and still the biggest prize on offer, which is a place at Big Wednesday in a couple of weeks' time.
100%, 20th of March, already put it in my calendar, so hopefully I'll be there.
So hopefully the ticket won't be needed and you'll be part of the group. So we're all looking forward to it. Tickets are obviously available, you know where to get them from, so you can go and have a little look at those and secure them. Hopefully at full time there'll be a massive rush and we can all go and secure them, but even if it isn't the first team, there's plenty of teams that are going to be there, plenty of sports that are going to be there, plenty of fixtures and plenty of opportunity to support the University of Nottingham. So do get your tickets for Big Wednesday in a couple of weeks' time.
Again, just a big cheer from the crowd there because the ball's gone over the fence, but you know, we need to get that back, otherwise it's our players that have to pay for the balls.
If you've ever played at David Ross, it is very impressive they managed to get over the fence. That is not an easy task, let me tell you.
That's a really good point. And I'll tell you what, and if it was 10 yards shorter, I think one of us might have been jumping for an aerial battle, because it could have been a header for anyone. There is a player down at the moment,
I think it might be Doody on the number 9 as well. Maybe a calf issue, I think, holding the shins.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a bit of cramp, but we'll see as the physio takes a slow jog on. Opportunity for everyone to get a drink on. So, I mean, we are now 70 minutes played. What's your assessment of it so far then, Ruby? What do Nottingham need to do in the final 20 minutes?
I think, again, first half, I think we did great. You know, again, not scoring the chances, so I can't say amazing, but I think we've come out the second half a little bit slower. Again, it's hard to keep up the intensity that you had in the first 45, but again, we need to win this. We want to win this. We want to win it more than them, in my opinion. Again, Durham just extremely slow, which is so surprising because of how much a competition they normally put up. But again, I can't really say this because I've got to be equal to 0-0, and it's the 70th minute. We need to be getting these goals, and as you can see, our vice-captain here on the side, a big missing out of the squad today, Ruby Atkins, with a muscle contusion because she ran 20 kilometres. Silly person. But no, we are really missing her and her feet today, but again, I'm not sure that she'll be powering the girls now and getting all these motivational things through them, and hopefully we can just come out. Even after these breaks, sometimes gets in your head having these minutes down, and you come back and you have to start again. But you know, just a bit more intensity, a few more shots, getting in them final areas and making it count. That's what we need.
Freya, who's going to be the difference maker? Who's in the final 20 minutes? Who are you looking at to lead?
It's difficult to say. I think we've got a lot of players on the bench who can maybe make a difference. I think Eleanor Hutchins coming on could bring a lot. I also think Amelia Penfold's speed coming on could really be a big difference for Durham's maybe tiring defence. I don't know, Zoe, what do you think?
Yeah, I completely agree with Freya. I mean, I feel like any player on this pitch at this point can make a difference. Nottingham's had most of possession. I think we haven't talked about defence enough. I think they've really been a brick wall this whole second half and haven't really let Durham have many clinical attacks. But I feel like we can't comment on who's going to be the difference maker, because it could be anyone, I feel. Could be anyone.
Absolutely right. It's a great point. Defensively, so far, Nottingham have been fantastic. Maybe even it's going to fall to a defender to have a saving moment, because set pieces have looked quite important.
100%. Again, we've been showing that our back four, again, like you both have just said, have been absolutely solid today. We probably haven't spoken about them enough, enough. But yeah, mate, even probably Lucy Robinson getting on the ends and getting a bit of a volley on. She's got a shot on her that you probably wouldn't expect, and you know, getting in them areas again on set pieces, like you said, it's a chance for our back four to get up. But again, Milo But again, we see to the byline, is that the right choice at the minute, or do we want to be cutting it back? Because there's nobody in the box and it's just Freya at the minute. So I think maybe just a bit of a word for Milo to maybe just take a bit of a step back and just cut back, and then getting them shots off from our midfielders as well as our defenders. And
they've got the beating of the full-back all day as well. 3 or 4 occasions it's been a last-ditch tackle to prevent sort of a real chance opening up. So maybe it will be a little bit of magic that we'll see in the final 20 minutes that will be the difference maker. Thus far, though, it's still goalless with less than 20 to play and a place at Big Wednesday up on the line. Meadows intercepted, though. Here's Nicholson. A little bit of a slip in the middle of the park as well. Slid ball along the outside. Tweedy is in position to try and prevent any forward planning attacks, and again bodies in front but still driving forward Durham. Thankfully it's just about dealt with and then lashed clear by Jacobs, only as far as Nicholson. Best part of Durham's game so far, hasn't it been, last 2 or 3 minutes?
It really has. Again, a bit of a threat there. Like, I can see Nottingham on the back foot, probably not getting back as fast as we need. Our defensive midfield too. Again, a great ball from the centre back there, but again, Tweedy there to clear us out and get us up. Again, I think the centre backs and our back four need to be getting up at these moments and putting that pressure on. Again, it's hard to keep up that tempo. You know, speaking from when I've played, it's really tiring. And again, we're in the 73rd minute, and the defenders have been, you know, not run ragged, but they've done enough.
As you keep mentioning as well, Freya, the crowd are playing such an important part, but that's a bit draining as well, isn't it? Because perhaps you do things that you wouldn't usually do in a game because you're encouraged by the crowd. Maybe you run the extra 3 or 4 yards to make a tackle you might not usually do if you're in a different situation.
I mean, that's a big factor. I think right now it's when the crowd need to start coming in and becoming the 12th man. I think right now Nottingham maybe look a little bit tired. I think that's when the crowd, you need to lift them and make them, you know, really want to make that extra tackle or run those extra 5 yards, because that really can make a difference in a game. As a player myself, if I hear the crowd screaming, I will make that extra 5 yard run, I will make that extra tackle. So I think that's right now the crowd really needs to engage. Absolutely right, and it's been a chilly evening, but there's definitely enough to keep us alive in this second one. And now there's an opportunity, forward run. Hamlin trying to get on the end of it and does slam it across goal, but well gathered by the goalkeeper. Again, it's an opportunity, perhaps a half chance more than anything else, and both goalkeepers so far have had a bit of catching practice and 1 or 2 saves to make between the two of them, but it's been really cagey affair and 2 very good football teams thus far cancelling each other out.
It really has, and I don't think I can pinpoint a moment where there's been an absolute wonder strike and there's been a massive save. Again, I think it's not been equal, but the shots have, and that's ultimately what matters in moments like this. It's not a league game, it's not a friendly, it's a cup game, and goals matter, unfortunately. But again, I think we're just getting to this byline and we're so worried about crossing them in. Maybe just take a bit of a step back. We've got the ability to do so, and we've got the calmness. Again, speaking about people on the bench, such as Gio, you know, 23, American scholar, just graduated from a D1 school. Like, the experience of her to come on, maybe if Freya gets a bit tired or one of the wingers do, again, she's very versatile, just to come in and put that bit of calmness on. I think that's what we need. 15 minutes to go. Still need a team blinking in terms of changing personnel. It's been an intriguing and enticing and a very, very good 0-0. As mad as that sounds, it's been one of those games that doesn't feel like a 0-0. It feels like it should have been a 2-2 or a 3-1 or something like that. It certainly feels that there should have been more goals in it than a 0-0. 100%, more towards Nottingham side. Again, trying not to be a biased opinion, but I think from a neutral perspective, even yourself can state that Nottingham have been all over them. Maybe less so in the second half, I admit, but the first half there should have been a few goals there. Absolutely, it's certainly been a green and gold evening so far, and we hope that it finishes that way as well. But here is Lovelace trying to keep possession for Durham, and again, this slow build-up play is not quite working just yet, although they are certainly in the game, as Clarkson tries to run around the outside and can't. It'll be a throw-in to Nottingham. Well done from Lauren Wilshire then, again getting back, and can't speak from experience because I've never played the position, but like the full-backs and the wingers, it's a really tough job to be getting up and down for 90 minutes or so. And again, as you've mentioned, there's not been a budge on the bench, there's not been any subs, so I don't doubt that they are tired, but again, just getting Lauren on this ball a bit more, maybe on the left-hand side. I think it's been quite right-side dominated at the minute. Again, bit of jumper frustration by Thea there, I think, but didn't fully agree with the decision. But now there is an opportunity again for Durham perhaps to play off of set pieces and play off of knockdowns and go a little bit more direct in middle of the centre circle, and plenty of purple bodies that are stepping forward. Again, Brown on this ball here. She's been putting perfect balls in again. A little bit more direct, making sure the keeper's still alive. It's one of those, isn't it, where perhaps it wasn't what was intended, but I don't think so. She did a good job though. Well done. But again, like you said, keeping Faye awake. You know, it's moments like this where, you know, there's not been really much test of the keeper. One shot comes in, you're stuck where you are because you're a bit asleep. And, you know, luckily Faye's always awake most of the time. But again, as a keeper, it's really hard to go from 0 to 100 really fast. But it's trying a good chip from Helena there. But try to clip the ball over and just clip in behind, perhaps play a little bit more
urgency, a bit more intensity you can see from Nottingham in the last few minutes as the clock does tick down. We're nearly at 78 minutes. Here we've got 12 minutes to find a winner, or whatever it takes beyond.
I think you can almost see a nervous energy out here on the balcony. I think everyone's kind of waiting for one team to make the first move. There's maybe the feel that the first team that scores tonight will be the winner. So I think both teams may be playing a bit more cagey right now because they can sense this kind of atmosphere. That's a lovely skill move right there by Emily Jacobs. The composure she's got on the ball is unreal.
I guess this is where you lean towards those players with that experience of, you know, you mentioned that the players that are coming off the bench have got that as well, but we spoke about Emily Jacobs in the first half. We spoke about Sarah Tweedy in the first half as well. That experience, and we'll come back to that because Lauren Wilshire is driving. It's a mazy run. Wilshire still going. Ball has been won according to the referee.
I am going to have to agree. I do think she did get most of the ball there.
It's a really good tackle.
I think they're both down, unfortunately, but it's a really well timed tackle. Again, I think the Durham player before did swing her leg a little bit, which would have been a foul if she did go down, and maybe that would have been the better option, being a bit smarter about it, a bit of game management. But you know, I can't really question that. Again, as a defender, it's a beautiful tackle and it's got him out of danger.
Absolutely, and a mazy run. We spoke about a little bit of magic perhaps needed to unlock what this game has become, which is quite a tight and cagey and very balanced game. And Lauren Wilshire then certainly showing that is the magic that somebody might need to produce to make a difference. And we keep coming back to it, but the options on the bench are perhaps going to be introduced a little bit sooner than we thought, because both benches are having conversations with a number of different personnel.
Yeah,
who would be the first for you then, Ruby? Who would you call upon?
I personally, I'm not doubting Freya's performance at all, because I honestly think she's been one of the better players on the pitch this evening on both sides. But again, keeping this up for another, maybe possibly an extra time, I don't think she's got the legs for it. Again, she's done it for 80 minutes, so possibly giving Giovanna that chance to come on and, you know, a bit of fresh legs for the defenders to go at them.
Just seeing the replay here of Lauren Wilshire's driving run. It's an excellent tackle, isn't it?
It
really is an
perfectly
excellent
timed.
tackle. And again, it's one of those tackles where the clock ticks down. They've dug in for so long and had to be stern defensively for 80 minutes. The one moment where perhaps you think there is going to be a shot on, there is an opportunity, and you can talk us through the change that's imminent then, Ruby.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think this might be Gio for Freya. Yeah, it is. As I just said, 72 coming off and 56 coming on. Again, Gio, one of the most experienced, the oldest player in our squad. Hopefully coming on, the power. You can see it in her legs. She's an absolute powerhouse, you know. Lifts most of them more of us at the gym. But again, just getting them on and testing these centre-backs now. Like, wakey, wakey, I'm here, you know, going at them a little bit. Maybe Freya let them off a little bit towards the end, but they're about to get a shock.
And it was a really good 80 minutes from Freya Anderson. The best chance of the game was all of her own making in the first half. After working half a yard and slamming it a goal. But now the opportunity for Gio Pereira.
Again, I can see 1, 2, 3 of the Durham players have gone down with cramp here. It shows like none of us have gone down. You know, we are fitter. We are, and we need to just push for 10 more minutes, 9 more minutes, getting that goal in. Again, I think the person who the Durham players injured themselves off with was the person who's put in a tackle. Like, a bit tired legs, we need to play on it, we need to capitalise.
Is that a mental barrier that you're looking at as well? As an opposition player, if you're looking at 3 or 4 of their players going down with cramp, do you think, okay, well, we've got 10 minutes to go here, we've got this?
100%. I don't think you can ever underestimate somebody, but certainly if I was on the pitch and I was seeing the person I'm marking go down, I think, oh, well, have one. You know, have fun at the minute. You know, I'm fitter, I'm stronger, I'm ready, and I'm ready to go for it as soon as they get up, because I'll be putting it on them 10 times more. Again, Thea just maybe not going to the correct person, but putting them challenges in. Thea and Lucy again.
Brilliant play again. Centre half stepping in, and then defensive midfielder stepping in. You can see the system working really well. Long ranging diagonal. It's a lovely ball from Clerkin to find.
And a great touch from Milo.
Lewis Powell driving at the byline up against the fullback again, who's done really well to stick to their task.
And it's a corner.
Another corner, another opportunity. Maybe this is the chance then. You mentioned a little bit earlier about Lucy Robinson perhaps having a moment.
I think she should back herself and get up there. I obviously can't shout because I respect the listeners' ears, but I don't know. Again, even Claire can on the end maybe just be a bit more clever. The ball doesn't always have to go into the box. It can go outside. It can be a 1-2. I think that's a better ball.
It's a good header at goal as well. I think it's Tweedy, is it, who got on the end of it?
I think so. Someone's back. I'm not really
Pereira
sure.
And Tweedy were the two that were jumping for it. It's a good save in the end from the goalkeeper. But again, as the time ticks down, there's another half chance that Nottingham are beginning to build on, beginning to create. So we'll see what the last 7 or so minutes are in store, and if Clara John's on the ball a little bit more, then that'll please everybody in green and gold, because
100%.
certainly we've seen the quality that she possesses in the first 80 odd minutes. Now Lewis Powell driving at the byline again, the fullback snapping into the tackle though, but Lewis Powell just stronger and quicker and cleverer. Really good feet as well, trying to work an angle, trying to perhaps tease the defender into a tackle and wins a throw-in. That's really good play, isn't it? Really good play.
I think we can see a bit of frustration there from the fullback of the Durham side, hitting the corner flag. Again, not very sportsmanlike. I think there's been a bit of mind games, to be fair, leading up to this as well. Coming into our changing room, our sign was ripped and on the floor. So, again, not very respectful. But, again, football shows you don't need to do that type of stuff. And, again, you know, if we do win, it would be a bit embarrassing that they have done that. But
the only thing that matters is the full-time result. You're absolutely right. The mind games don't play a part when you step onto the pitch. And certainly, thus far, in terms of footballing-wise, there has been one team that has been comfortable and certainly the better of the two. But we are talking about a 0-0 game with 6 minutes to go, so it's still very much in the balance. How are the nerves, Farah and Zoe? How are we feeling?
I'm really shaking right now. I'm getting a bit nervous, to be honest.
Zoe?
You know what? I actually am not nervous. I know Nottingham are going to score a goal, so yeah, that's it.
You have looked the picture of calm, to be fair, all second half, so I'm certain this is a University of Nottingham thing that runs through the family that we keep talking about, because there is a lot of composure still on the pitch, and certainly on the balcony it's being matched as well. But now, coming together there, and it's a free kick given in a dangerous area.
Silly, really silly. Again, I think some fouls are needed, but again, 0-0. Our final third, I don't think we need to be giving them away. Just give her a bit of time. We've got a sea of green shirts behind you. You know, if they do get past you, which again I probably don't think she would, because she again, Larissa's really good defensively. I think it was Larissa who gave that foul, forgive me if I'm wrong, but you know, we don't need this, because again, we've had so many times we haven't put it in, and all it takes is one flick of a header and it goes in.
Absolutely right. And now an opportunity for Durham to, I suppose, execute what would be a perfect game plan if they can nick a goal from a set piece now. Set piece is going to be direct and a deep one as well. Headed first and it bounces around, still not fully clear. Still keeping it alive as trying to work an angle, but again, is it Helena Meadows on the near side has stepped across and conceded the throw-in.
Again there, a bit of ping pong, just if in doubt, kick it out. Do you know, I got taught that since I was 8 years old. You know, sometimes it's not pretty, but it needs to go sometimes.
Absolutely, and it will be shepherded out for a goal kick, which, as we pass 85.5 minutes, we are preparing for another green and gold change. I think we'll probably see, well, we won't actually see that just yet as we get back underway. Here's Robinson. Wants to throw it out to Meadows on this near side. Again, the composure, and perhaps this is something that we've been seeing throughout the game, but now there's a little bit more urgency as the press plays forward. It's a lovely ball in behind as well. Clara John's going to get on the end of it. Plenty of players swarming to get up in support. John stands it up, tries to anyway. It's dragged low across the floor and not fully away, but now Lovelace can try and wriggle away. Now perhaps Moody can go the other way. Need Moody with a long diagonal. Tweedy's up against it. It's a lovely first touch. It's a really good second touch as well. Could be potentially a chance, but doing really well to get back in position and get back in the way. And then,
well, Lauren just again, see, even doubt, it's got to go.
Still not fully away though as they come again. Here go Durham to begin to try and perhaps use a little bit more patience in their approach, because all of a sudden there seems to be an awareness from both teams that there's only 3 or so minutes to play and we're still goalless.
I know, I don't know. Oh, she's offside, surely, yeah. I think my mum can see that, she's all the way in Liverpool. But yeah, again, I think like Freya said, a bit of nervousness from Nottingham maybe, and again we're seeing another sub, which is, this is Larissa coming off for Els. You know, again Els can, again Larissa runs ragged. You see on there we have these player data systems, you'll see she's running 10k a game, but Els coming on, you can hear the cheer. She's one of the fans' favourite, a really dominant personality in the club, as well as she's the development secretary for us, and you know, helps a lot mentally with a lot of people, including myself, especially going through a knee injury such as an ACL injury. She can be on the bench with me half the season, has made me feel a lot more comfortable, but hopefully she can come on and provide a bit of a difference.
Eleanor Hutchins, well, first touch might be an important one, but first it was Clara John who running there. Yeah, a good outing from Larissa Hamblin, who's part of that midfield trio have played really well all game.
100%, not a bad word to say about Larissa again, and I would say it, and she'll probably kill me for it. But again, I don't think any of our players have played bad. I don't think we have. I think we've all played, good, like averagely good. Just need that bit of spark. We need that bit of, maybe individual, like. I don't know, again the word spark just comes to mind, that bit of individual brilliance to just hit a long ball or hit that goal in or have a bit of a flick or have a drive. We just need that bit of grit. Oh, that should be a foul shot.
Should be a foul. Bundles into the back and it was given. Referee was trying to play the advantage, I think, to see if there was anything that was going to come from it, but instead it's just a bit of a whack on the back of the head.
A few little head injuries today, haven't we? Again, just shows the physicality of both teams and how much we're willing to put on the line if you're getting a bit of a head knock. It is a very serious injury, but I don't doubt Clara will be up in 10 seconds. Again, maybe just a bit of a huddle, a bit of a talking.
Final minute, 90 seconds to play will be important, but it'll also be a good opportunity because it feels like now, if Nottingham can find a way, there will be little, if any, time for Durham to even attempt to strike back. And if the way the game has gone, certainly favoured those in green and gold out there, and certainly feels like there's plenty left in the tank as well. Long diagonal towards Meadows, but it's intercepted by Lovelace, and now the counter could be on. Moody's ahead, steady, it's jinked in field, and a flick along the far side to Neufeld, who's trying to run at Tweedy. Tweedy stands up there.
Brilliant tackle from Sarah Tweedy. You can hear the crowd again. One of the youngest players on our team, and putting in a tackle in like that at the 90th minute just shows the level she's been playing at for so many years.
Absolutely. Under 19 Northern Ireland captain, of course.
Oh yeah.
that experience coming into it and that quality been on show from minute one.
And again, currently playing for Huddersfield's first team. Again, regular start for the team at 18. Again, getting in over players who were 20, 25, 30, but I don't know, 35 these days. But again, Jake Poole being the assistant coach for them as well, and picking players up to have that opportunity to play Tier 3 football. Again, it's about opportunities in our club as well. We've got a lot of external people for Notts County, such as Thea and Lauren, and I go people from Arnt too, such as Katie Potter. People who are having these external because we just love football.
That's what it's about, isn't it? Love of the game as we approach the 90th minute. Is there one final twist in the tail? The underlapping run from Tweedy was bombing forward.
Again, just hitting the 90th minute there, exactly, and Tweedy sprinting past Milo to get into these areas. Again, just shows the level of depth and fitness we have in this squad. We just need to make it count.
Still a headline to be written in the headliner.
100%.
We've got down to whatever the referee decides now, because we're past the 90th minute. Little volleyball technique to nudge it on. I thought it was the throw-in, to be honest. It caught me off guard a little bit.
We do have a volleyball team. I'll give her a sign-up sheet.
There's everything here, isn't there, to be fair? I was wandering around the Sports Village earlier. There is absolutely everything. Sports I didn't know existed till an hour and a half before kick-off.
You tell me what is korfball. Do you know what I mean?
Incredible facilities, incredible place, and you can see the quality that's been on show is absolutely paying back, because everybody should be very proud of the way that this Nottingham team have played this evening. I think on another day it could have been 3 or 4, couldn't it, really?
100%. Again, I think it's just who turns up in the day. I'm not going to put our squad down. I think we have showed up a little bit less in the second half, but again, we've got legs. We've still got substitutions to make. Again, I keep talking about it. Amelia Penfold, one of the freshmen's come into this squad. But again, you don't see Durham backing down at the minute, and sometimes it is just that last minute. We see it at Liverpool, 98th minute, 99th against Forest. Loved that. But again, maybe we can replicate that. Just a bit of a header. That's all we need.
Absolutely, and we see it in the WSL, we see it in men's Premier League, we see it in the Women's Championship. Sometimes part of the game is the game plan, isn't it? Part of the game is to make sure you level the field, and clearly the team in green and gold have had a lot better of the play.
Again, Sarah.
It's a lovely spin from Nicholson. Perhaps there is one final opportunity, but finds Meadows, and only Meadows.
That's a great touch and a great pass from Helena there. Bit of a misplaced touch from Thea, and hopefully
still biting into the tackle, trying to get hold of it, and now we are going to come the other way. All eyes.
Brilliant from Lucy Robinson again.
All eyes on the official. Every time the ball is dead or quiet for a moment, everybody looking at the official in charge. Although the through ball very nearly found Moody as well. That would have been heartbreak.
God, my heart. I might put my Apple Watch on and test my heart rate in a minute.
It's all nerves up here. We're all getting a little bit shaky up here.
Freya, you told me 20 minutes ago you were shaky.
I've been shaking the last 20 minutes, honestly. I'm all very nervous up here. It's getting a bit too much for me.
Zoe, you still calm?
I'm still calm as a cucumber.
I wish there was a camera on us, because Zoe's got a little beanie on, just chilling, hands in pockets, swaying. So, You know, me and Freya have just got the shaky hands at the minute, but, you know, no doubt in our team at all.
Absolutely, and I'm sure there can't be a huge amount of time left because the referee does have a little look at the watch, and as the ball is lumped forward, it will scamper all the way through.
Again, just before, maybe I'll preempt this a bit, and I hope I don't, but, you know, I don't think our team want it to be going to penalties, you know. Again, it's a good ball, it's good space, but
Perhaps there's one final chance, and hopefully that chance falls to Nottingham. But at the moment, Durham in possession. They try and flick the ball out. It's behind Lovelace, and it'll be out for a throw-in.
Again, tired legs, just poor from that.
Not made a single change, which, you know, it's been quite an effort from the Durham team, to be fair, because cramping up with 20 minutes to play, and they've still chasing and charging and putting themselves about, trying to win every ball. It's been a real shift from everybody involved.
No, that's what I mean. Maybe that does question. Do they have some players missing Do they have some players missing at the moment where they aren't making changes because they can't afford to, and because the team is doing their job at the minute? Again, Lauren and Thea just linking up there. The Notts County partnership, just a little final touch would have been a bit better. But
Nicholson stepping forward now. It's an overlapping run. It will be seen out, I think, by Meadows on this near side. Referee again takes another look at the watch, and I think we might be moments away from what will be a conclusion, but not a full conclusion. Not a decider, not a complete answer just yet. But we've enjoyed it so far, so I don't mind if it carries on a little while, as long as it finishes with a green and gold celebration.
Again, maybe just one more break. Again, Clara trying to find that switch ball, but not looking. Maybe just, you know, it's just little more things. Just take that extra 0.1 second of just have that look up and see where Milo was then, because a little bit more over, maybe that would have been Milo in.
Now we play again. The urgency by Durham to try and get play restarted. Bit of a
again a miscommunication, I think, there from Tweedy and Emily Jacobs and Thea, but we don't want it to be going out for a throw in these areas either. Again, give and out, cook it out.
Plenty of opportunity now then for a bit of adventure maybe to be seen by those in purple, so they've got one more opportunity, and it will be a bit of a longer throw in now as plenty come forward. Gat's the one stood over the throw-in, takes it short to Nicholson. Good control, good spin as well from Nicholson. Driving field, very nearly found a way through.
Tweedy getting a foot on that, and again Emily Jacobs, there we go, just getting it out, and there's the whistle.
And there is the referee's whistle. So there will be a decider, there will be somebody who gets to write their own narrative in the headliner, but it won't be just yet. It's finished, it's full time, and we have a little bit more of a tension-filled wait to see what happens next.
Again, you can just see Sarah coming to get a RedBull. I'm sponsored by RedBull, cheeky little plug, but again, maybe just giving us that bit of an edge. Don't know if we're going to decide to stay on or go in the change room. I think stay on. Amelia and Jemima getting the sprints in here.
We've got a period of extra time then, and I guess from a University of Nottingham situation, extra time is probably more favourable because, as you mentioned before, Durham have had a penalty shootout recently, but also on the balance of play, it's all been Nottingham first and second half.
100%. I think it's unjust. Again, football is unjust, and it's who turns up on the day. I think we have been better. Or not think, I know we've been better. I just think, again, it's a told you it's the start. It's our story of the season. We are better, and we always don't finish our chances that we have. And we've had some good ones. I think still the best chance we've had was that Freya Anderson shot in the first half. But again, Durham not been shy of chances. They've had a few. Again, that number 5, I think it was, let me have a look, Brown. She was playing some good balls in towards the strikers to get their heads on, but again, I think it is unjust, but I don't have doubt in our team that we will, you know, still be the same team we are in extra time. Again, I said, I don't think we want it to be going to penalties. I've seen Durham's penalties, they are quite good. I'm not saying ours are inferior, but I'm not saying theirs are superior. I just think that, you know, we don't want that at the minute.
Well, also, like we keep coming back to, but in terms of the fitness element, in terms of if there aren't many changes that Durham can make, then the longer the game goes on, the more that does favour Nottingham, because we've seen the fresh legs that have come on, and we've also seen the cramping up of Durham players. So the longer the game does go on, the more chances you feel will start to open up.
100%, yeah. And also I think that, you know, some of the changes that we have to make now to have these spare legs, maybe, look, if it does go to penalties, we're going to need them players on, but unfortunately we can't now. So I think Jake and our assistant coach Matt and everybody in that team, you know, we all have a say. That's one of the things in our ethos as well. We all can say what we feel and we're taking into consideration. But again, when we're choosing people to take penalties, would you be looking at the people that you've took off? It's a thing that he's got to realise. You know, he's got to be making subs that with that in mind, unfortunately, and maybe it will take some players who are playing better off. But again, like you said, game management is just part of it.
Absolutely, we're seeing the two teams huddled up, obviously green and gold of University of Nottingham in front of the dugout, and the Durham players 20, 30, 40 yards actually further down the pitch, just having a little listen to the coach, who's looking at, you can see plenty of tired players, even one or two that are getting stretched out to make sure that they aren't cramping up in what will be a short break in play before we get back underway. But it does feel very much like this is Nottingham's to lose, right?
It does, it really does. And again, I don't think we were better. We were as good as we were in the first half, but I think again we've been better than Durham in the second half. I'm a bit disappointed in Durham's performance, if I'm being really honest. Again, maybe that's coming from a biased perspective, but again, coming off the back of beating us both times 2-0, 2-0, and you know, you should be favoured in this opinion. I know we're national champions, but again, they should have come out with a bit more bite and a bit more vengeance, I think, a little bit. They've got something to prove more than us. You know, they wanted this title. I don't think they've had it for a while, and you know, again, we had it last year. Again, obviously we won it again, which we've shown, but a bit more passion would have been nice to see from the Durham forwards, maybe pressing our back line a little bit more and putting us under that stress, and maybe, who knows, it could have collected and gone in, but again, a bit poor, but again, could come out in extra time and absolutely change their lives around.
Seeing Freya and Zoe nod along there, is that what you feel, Freya, in terms of you want to see a little bit more from Durham?
I couldn't agree more, to be honest. I think at the end of the day, Durham almost seem like they're playing scared a little bit. They don't seem like they're playing the ball around 100%. I think they could play with a bit more passion, they could play with a bit more intensity maybe going forward. They seem to be having shots kind of snatching them from the edge of the area. I'd like to see Durham play the ball around a little bit more, but maybe that's also a testament to how we're not pressing, how we're not playing on the ball. What do you think, Zoe?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think I don't think we've given enough credit to Nottingham. I think the reason Durham haven't maybe given their best performance is because of the tenacity of the Nottingham team, and they've shut down balls. Yeah, and they've really tested them. So I think it is non-biased a testament to Nottingham.
I think it's a really good point. I think it's a really good point, because you're absolutely right. It's probably been more an underlining of how Nottingham have prevented Durham from playing than Durham preventing themselves from playing, if that makes sense, for
100%. I think at the end of the day today, Nottingham really have come out. They've got nothing to lose. It's semi-final. You either win or you go home, and they've really shown that out there today. They've got 100%, the whole crowd behind them, and you've seen that from when they've played. They've been running for every ball. They've been throwing themselves into every tackle. I think that's really shown. So let's hope in extra time they continue that kind of energy and hopefully get a Nottingham win out there today.
Absolutely right. We are only a few moments away from extra time going again, and there'll be a slight conversation between players and individuals. Certainly in the huddle, they're very ready for it, and the Durham players now breaking from their little huddle to do a few last-minute warm-ups again to make sure they're back into the fold of it. But in terms of the quality and the squad depth we've already seen from Nottingham, a couple of players that are being used from the subs bench. There's still plenty of options on the subs bench, but the fact that Durham haven't used any subs yet, Freya, probably means that they haven't got too many options or changes they can make. That's surely a positive from Nottingham, knowing that they've got the fresher legs and they've still got plenty in the bank.
Oh, I definitely agree. And if we look around 20 minutes ago, Durham had 4 players down the floor, and you have to question why they haven't brought players on. So maybe that is the fact they don't have that squad depth. I mean, if we look at Nottingham's bench, they've still got Amelia Penfold to come on. The pace that she brings really could be a game winner. So I think maybe we have to question why Durham haven't brought these players on. Maybe they don't have that depth in the squad like Nottingham do. But I think that would definitely interesting to see in extra time.
Well, we've seen certainly the university-wide, the strength in depth, the quality of facilities, the quality of football we've seen here. So I suppose there is an element to that, Zoe, that Nottingham is in a fantastic position on and off the pitch, which is showing and will hopefully show in this extra time period.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I mean, as you can see on the TV down below, you can see our high performance centre. The ones are lucky enough to be able to use that for strength and conditioning. So they begin the best possible opportunity to come out and perform and give performances like this. So I think it's a testament to the uni and the players that we're able to do these performances, and yeah, positive.
Absolutely right, absolutely right. We are very, very nearly back on the way. Half an hour to decide who goes to Big Wednesday in a couple of weeks.
Big 30 minutes coming up here from Nottingham. Let's hope they can go out there and get the winning right now.
Absolutely right, absolutely right. And there's plenty of opportunity for you to make sure you've got your tickets secured for BUCS Big Wednesday, of course. 16 sports, 57 fixtures, 114 teams, and of course an opportunity to become 2024 BUCS champions. rousing the terrace.
Big
Certainly.
shouts here from the crowd. You can 100% hear the crowd advantage here. Nottingham, everyone is behind every single one of those 11 players out there right now. Everyone is urging them forward to go and find that goal to go win.
Absolutely right, absolutely right. And we'll be back on the way momentarily with Gio Pereira. Stood over the centre circle. Half an hour to make a date with destiny in a couple of weeks. An opportunity to go back-to-back, which is absolutely huge.
No, to win back-to-back national championships, that would be absolutely incredible for Nottingham. I think you can see all of those players kind of want to continue that kind of legacy for Nottingham right there.
We are back on the way. Jacobs, the captain, nudges it on to Robinson. Nudges it onto the far side to Meadows. Again, we spoke about that experience and that quality that the Nottingham backline have shown. Long diagonal ball for Wilshaw to chase out for a throw-in. It's clearly been quite a tactic to try and get Wilshaw and to get Lewis Powell on the ball and running at the fullbacks. Do you expect that to continue, Freya?
Definitely. I think one of the things we have strength in the wide players we've got in this team. We really trust the creativity they've got, the speed they've got. So why would we not get the ball to them and kind of give them a chance to show what they're made of?
Completely right. Tweedy battling and does win back possession.
Definitely.
Lewis Powell trying to nip in, but good step forward, and now needed to be shepherded back, and it was shepherded back calmly from Lucy Robinson all the way back to goalkeeper and to go again. So we've got a little bit of a new passage now, and a new opportunity. Perhaps Durham have dug in. They've stuck to their game plan, and they've done well in the 90. It's clearly been Nottingham who have been on the front foot and have been the better side, but will that pay?
Nice ball forward there to Milo.
There's an opportunity now for Lewis Powell to drive at the byline.
Goal kick there for Durham.
Goal kick, disappointingly, because I think one or two on the balcony thought that might have gone out for a corner.
Still important to get the ball into those dangerous positions though, and just see what Nottingham can do with it really there.
Completely right. And now with a few tweaks and changes in terms of personnel, obviously in the middle of the park, and then as a centre forward in Gio Pereira, one or two areas of freshness that the opposition can't count upon, which we've keep coming back to, but that will be really key, won't you, in extra time? I mean, you'll have both played in games that have gone the distance, have gone that long, and I imagine that the difference of having players that come off the bench can energise the players that are on the pitch as well, right?
Definitely. If you're watching this match for the whole 90 minutes, you'll be getting more and more excited, more pumped. Ball forward to Milo there. Good, not going to be through here.
Lewis Powell driving it byline, stands it in, cannons off the midriff of the full-back in Gatton out for a throw-in. Taking a bit of a wind in, actually, and we'll need a few seconds to make sure that they're okay, but they are okay, and it will be a throw-in now in a dangerous area.
It's been a great battle to watch, that Milo and the number 2 there for Durham.
Yeah, it really has, hasn't it? Both fullbacks have been put on their toes all evening by Wilshaw and Lewis Powell, and have done well so far. Foul against there. The Durham bench are very vocal. It'll be a free kick in a safe-ish area right in front of that. We spoke about that performance centre that's, you can just see hovering beyond the cage there with the gym situation, and such great facilities for players to make sure they're fully up to speed and up to the elite performance level that they're showing on the pitch so far this evening.
And maybe we've seen that tonight with the tenacity from the Nottingham players to keep getting forward and keep pressing. That is that kind of S&C that's coming into play there.
You're absolutely right, and that is a key word, isn't it? And I think if you've hit the nail on the head a few times this evening, talking about that tenacity, and it does feel that in the tackle and in the way that they're trying to play and trying to get on the ball, and even with sort of second balls with their half favourite. We saw the collision in the first half between Tweedy on this near side, and that tenacity is so key, and desire to win and make the most of it. And again, as you mentioned earlier, play for the badge.
100%. I think that's definitely kind of ethos we have at Nottingham. When we step out, we put everyone on the line, and here is Wilshaw going forward.
Good opportunity for Wilshaw to try and drive in field, but well defended by Lovelace, and now the counter-attack could be on as Newfreund tries to loop it in over the top, but defended really well.
Well dealt with there.
Hazelton just stepping out and slamming it clear. Lovelace
she's not had
again,
too much to do, but everything she's done well today. I think Hazelton
has to be aware as well, because I imagine that's part of the battle, as being a goalkeeper that's not had too much to do. When you do eventually get called upon, you need to make sure your concentration's been at it, and she's been spot on. Pereira tries the little nod on. Intercepted though, and bundling into the tackle is Neufreund, and wins the foul as well. Don't forget, this week is Empower Week as well, James, to offer women, trans and non-binary identifying students a safe and inclusive environment to get active. This week to launch the Empower campaign, running a whole week of plenty of activities all the way through March, all completely free of charge. Sessions include lifting workshops, Indian dance, boxing, UV, dodgeball and all sorts. So if you want to get involved with those, head over to the Empower events on Eventbrite to book that completely free of charge, of course. Back underway. Durham try and build, but Pereira penalised for a foul, which
not popular there with the crowd at all. The crowd definitely making their voices heard right here, right now.
Absolutely. And a booking as well. I think that's a harsh booking.
I would agree, definitely. I think
it's the first foul that Pereira's had as well. So into the book, we've got a number of players that are on a booking as well. So a number to keep an eye on. Now an opportunity for Nicholson. Stand over the set piece. Ruby's back with us.
Sorry, 5 minutes of being a hooligan. Need to get that out of my system. That was a poor foul. Oh my. Oh.
Well, Nicholson's taking it directly. Well said. We were just talking, Freya was just saying about how you mentioned there about playing your part up on the terrace, but that's really important in this additional period, isn't it? Because weary and tiring legs will need that support.
100%. I think the terrace have gone a bit quiet when I went out there. I'm just unnecessarily loud, but again, you know, it's, like you said, it's a 12th man in these situations. Oh, it's good footwork from Thea as well, but again, just the final pass, the final shot, the final cross, it just needs to be a bit better.
Could be an opportunity. We've played 6 minutes of this first additional period. Again, it feels like a little bit of nervousness that's creeped in, but certainly not when it begins to accelerate and go through the gears a little bit. And now an opportunity for Durham to react, because plenty of options at the far post. It's a good punch, only as far as Neufreund though, keeps it alive. Jinx in field, trying to keep play. Really well defended by Lewis Powell.
Holding my breath.
Good punch from the goalkeeper though, again, had to come out and be brave, and it's one of those where if you're unable to catch it, make sure you get enough on it.
100%. Oh,
now Jacobs can step forward. Is this the opportunity? Is this the opening they've been waiting for? Trying to find Pereira.
It's not a bad ball again, it's just a mistimed run, but again, Joe, a bit soft going down there, standing on your feet, lads, but again, and we don't want situations like this. Durham, they seem to have found a bit of a bite a little bit, like a bit more grit. Again,
credit to a lot of them as well. 25 minutes ago seemed like they were flagging for energy. Found an extra gear, an extra percentage to come out and make a game of it in this first half of extra time. So lovely flick round the corner, looking for Lara John, intercepted by the goalkeeper.
And we see there then balls being put in by Durham, and you know, this number 11 not getting into the box, and you know, it would have fallen to her if she was there. And Tweedy again doing enough, and if the player was there, I don't doubt that she would do the same job. But again, little things. Again, another player down for Durham.
Yeah, it's Alexandra Gatt, I think, who's down again. Bit of cramp setting in, but still plenty of options on the Nottingham bench.
Keeper's down as well, Saunders. Don't know if they do have a substitute goalkeeper.
Yeah, an opportunity perhaps, and there's a physio that's going to be busy because, as you mentioned, 2 players that are down.
Keep it up.
Again, sorry about that.
No, not at all. got a few eyes on you now as well. The coaching staff are up. There's plenty of football still in this one. 8 and a bit minutes played in extra time. It's been an intriguing 0-0, isn't it?
100%. Again, another Durham player going down with cramp. Seems to be Cramp City out here, but again gives Nottingham time to regroup. And you know, we're in the 8th minute in, nearly 9th minute at a time. It's little talks like this get the adrenaline going. Oh, I think someone's dropped the mic. You alright? Yeah, good.
But I think we are about to see a first change actually from Durham. It looks like there's a couple that are receiving a bit of information on the touchline. Maybe going from some stretches on the far side.
Yeah, I can see somebody taking a lot of layers off, so I'm assuming they've been on the bench.
It is cold out there, and it's getting colder as well. So the longer that you stood around, that's quite difficult as well, isn't it? Because that's when cramp and injuries do tend to happen.
100%. And again, I'm just all agreeing with what you're saying. You hit the nail on the head with coming on as a substitute or a game changer or whatever we call them these days again, it's really, really hard to get into the game, let alone in this weather. You've been sat down again. Els and Gio are the only substitutes to come on at the minute, but we've got 2 left or 3. Again, we've got Chloe again stepping in from the 2s, who's been great in training for the 1s, again putting in some great saves, and we did a penalty shootout practice, but putting in some great saves there. But again, you sat round, you freeze, and you're told by the coach to get up, warm up, you're on. And it's, 0 to 100, and you come on, and it's kind of hard to find the rhythm of the game, especially in extra time, especially in the semi-final, and it's 0-0.
And I guess as well, every change, you've already mentioned it before we got into extra time, but every change now does have a slight additional connotation of, is that a penalty taker that's coming on? Is that someone that's comfortable in that situation? Is that someone that's going to want to step up in that situation? Because, if it does go to penalties, you don't want to have brought a player on that's really against taking a penalty or doesn't feel comfortable taking a penalty, which is absolutely their right to, because it's certainly not for everyone. It's certainly not something you train for all the time either, potentially. So it is a different conversation potentially you're having to one that you were having 35, 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, true. Like you said, I think people want to take penalties. People don't want to take penalties. My opinion, I think everybody should want to take one or be willing to take one, because then that shows you're willing to put, your ego online for the club. But no doubt in this team with penalties, absolutely not. You've seen the way some of them hit a ball, maybe not as good as we've seen in other things. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Oh, I think it's just a return ball to us. But again, just a bit slow from Nottingham stepping up here, just a bit more pressure maybe. The high press seems to have dropped off a bit again, and we are in extra time, so that's circumstance. But again, Gio putting in the work here, the substitute fresh legs, trying to chase down that centre-back and forcing them back here with Lauren, or maybe out for a throw-in, hopefully. Oh.
Foul given against Lauren Wilshaw. Groans across the terrace, and not just from Ruby.
Again, I think a bit soft, girls, what do you think?
Definitely very soft here.
Zoe's still calm.
We are a little bit biased though, however. So.
Zoe's still calm, not fazed by it at all. Not fazed by it at all.
Oh.
Little knockdown. It could be an opportunity, and somehow an absolute wounder. Faye Dale has scooped one into the far corner. We mentioned about how Nottingham have been in control of the game for a long time, but the longer it goes on, the longer it's goalless. The door is still very much ajar and open, potentially for Durham, and that's exactly what's happened. But immediately, the response from the terrace is a positive one to roar on the team. There's still time in it. It's a bit of a sickener, isn't it?
I think here it's going to be a testament to how deep Nottingham can dig here. I think it's a big knockdown, obviously going 1-0 down, but this is where we see what team's really made of. Can they come back from this 1-0 down?
Absolutely right. There's still time to go. Early long ball from Clerkin, looking forward. It's come against the run of play, but Wilshaw trying to amend that immediately. Kind of came from passage of play that was given a soft foul as well, which will be an extra wounder. Moody trying to get in there first, does get there first, but Jacobs snapping across. Now there is a question mark against Nottingham, a team that have been there and done it, know how to get over the line. Now I've got to come back from adversity, is exactly what Emily Jacobs was saying in the week in her captain's notes on Instagram about learning from being up against it. And now they're immediately trying to react, and Wilshaw at the far post. There's still enough in this, and still plenty of time and a composed situation as well. We know the quality's there.
100%, yeah. I know I just had to give my mic to the two on my right, because it's just disappointing for the girls. Like, my heart breaks for them. Like, got into extra time being the better team. Like I've said, the story of our lives is being the better team and not converting these chances. And you can point the finger at everybody else, but you also have to look at our chances and what we've had and what we could have created. And again, it's unjust that we're losing, but again, it's a game of football. It's a semi-final. Anything goes, and it was a great finish.
Could be a chance here immediately though for Clara John. It's a lovely first touch, but really well defended again by Hughes, who steps in, but now driving at the byline. Cut back for Pereira. Is it going to fall? Anyone unable to get a hold of it. So close again, those fine margins of potential here, there and everywhere. Slammed forward. Good header by Jacobs.
By Emily Jacobs there. Again, I think this is moments where people again, I know the Durham planes, I know we need to get it going. Things go wrong in football, goals go in. It's, again, how you react. We need to react within these last minutes that we've got. Again, we don't deserve to lose, but again, it's a great finish from Durham. It's a good volley, and goalkeeper possibly in the wrong position, but again, what more can you do? Marking, it comes from wherever it came from. but hopefully we can just have enough to dig in and dig deep and get this goal.
There's still time, there's still belief, and there is certainly more than enough quality out on the pitch wearing green and gold to change this situation. We're not that far off of the end of first half.
Great
lovely
feet by Els and a great ball.
That's a lovely idea as well. What a pass that is. Opportunity again, beginning to motor on this near side. Up against the stern defence, and seems a soft foul. It'll be given, will it? It will be given.
Oh, no way. Oh, do you know what? It's great feet from Milo there. I'm not going to, again, possibly biased, but a couple of the referees have made some questionable decisions in the past 10 minutes. Just, you know, football does involve a bit of shoving and a bit of shoulder barging and here and there, but if you're going to give it, you've got to take it.
Yeah, felt a soft one against Lewis Powell, who was leading the disagreement with the referee, backed by 200 on the terrace up here, it must be said. Not too long until the half, but still plenty of time, and I imagine the conversation, Freya, will be about the quality within the squad and will be about believing that there will come a chance and they've got enough in the tank and enough ability to be able to make that chance count.
Definitely, I think now it's definitely a mental game for Nottingham. Do they have kind of the mental strength to come back from this? I think everyone's heads might have dropped a little bit, but now we kind of see what this team's made of, and are they a team that are ready to kind of come back from this 1-0 down and win a national championship?
Absolutely right, and as we keep coming back to and we keep mentioning champions for a reason. There's a reason that you get that accolade, there's a reason that you have that know-how and you have that legacy that comes with this football team, and there is still 15 minutes plus whatever the official decides to add on at the end of this first half to make that dream a reality potentially. 15 minutes away from what could be a really, really big ending to hopefully the start of a big Wednesday. Robinson under pressure. Press from Durham though, and again it's got to be said, Freya, it's got to be said that Durham's game plan seems to have worked brilliantly so far, you know, to stay in the game, to kind of hang in there a little bit for quite a long period of play. Had little of the ball at times, but then
one quick goal.
Yeah, one half decent opportunity and they've taken the chance.
Now from Nottingham we just say, do we have those extra legs, do we have that extra fitness, and can we really just dig deep and find that goal? We've had all the opportunities, and now it's can we take those opportunities and can we kind of capitalise on what we've had so far in the match.
Absolutely right, 3 or 4 players offside. We are nearly 2 minutes deep past the 15 minutes, so it'll be a quick change around, I'm sure, from a Nottingham perspective. They just want to get back on with it. There won't be a want for a delay, that the longer that the game is broken and delays come into it, the more that will favour Durham, surely.
The more we'll lose the kind of momentum we've already got in this game.
Absolutely, but there's still plenty of time to come back and plenty of time.
Lovely ball there.
Pereira on the chase behind. Physicality is going to be key in these final 15 minutes. Does really well to win a throw-in as well. Deep in the Durham half. Eleanor Meadows going to jog over to take the throw-in.
I think even the way we see all the Nottingham players running for the ball right now, we see how much all these players want it. They're not messing around here. They really want to win this.
No, you are.
That all carries over the line right now.
You're absolutely right. The heart and desire and the spirit is certainly very much in it. It's a good strike at goal and just fading away towards the end from Tweedy. And that is half-time at the end of the first half of extra time. And up against the run of play, up against the run of the game in general, it's Durham who have the lead in the headliner. 15 minutes still to play, 15 minutes for the defending champions to find a response. Freya, you spoke about that sort of nervous energy that they felt a little bit. The reaction immediately after the goal went in was a positive one from Nottingham, and now there's 15 minutes for everybody all as one. We spoke about the family during the game, but the family on the balcony, the family on the pitch to all get together and find a way to resurrect the scoreline.
I think right now you can feel the energy from the crowd. Everyone is kind of willing Nottingham forward. We saw after the goal maybe it kind of awoke Nottingham up a little bit. Maybe in the second half we were a little bit too complacent, but I think the goal definitely has brought people into it's do or die right now. So everyone's going to put everything on the line for those last 15 minutes. I think that's what we've seen so far. Absolutely right. And not forgetting as well, at Nottingham we believe that everyone should have the opportunity to participate in sports and have access to the same resources and opportunities, which is why we're supporting Her Game too. Our ultimate goal is to create a safe and welcoming environment for everyone, regardless of their background, ability or gender. Throughout Empowering Week, we are raising awareness for a number of crucial women's sport campaigns to promote safe and inclusive sporting culture. The Women's Football Club have
teamed up with Her Game 2 to raise awareness and educate others on the importance of inclusivity and diversity in sports. Our team at Nottingham is committed to driving positive change and making a real difference in the world of sports. Check out Her Game 2 website for more information on that. Obviously, International Women's Day on Friday. Hopefully, we'll all still be celebrating at that point, Freya, because we've got 15 minutes to find a reaction and then all start looking forward to Big Wednesday. How are you feeling now? Are you still feeling that bubble of confidence that we were talking about at half-time at the end of the first half?
I'm feeling a little bit nervous, but I've always got 100% faith in these girls. I see these girls train every week. I know exactly what they can do. Every single one of those players is a potential match winner out there. All it takes is 30 seconds to score a goal. And you know what we've seen in the first half, the first 90 minutes, even the last 15 minutes, we've 100% got the capability to score a goal. All it takes is 1 minute. So I think all we need from those Notts players is to keep believing, keep pushing, keep playing as they have been. The crowd will kind of be that 12th man, and we'll see hopefully what Nottingham are made of in the next 15 minutes.
Do you think that would be the conversation within the group as well? That conversation of, look, we've been here before. As a university, we've got a culture of winning. We've got a culture of sticking together and coming up against adversity as well, which I mentioned a little bit earlier, but Emily Jacobs said about that desire and that hard work and determination to get past it, but also a little bit of, look, we've been the better team for 105 minutes. For 15 minutes, we need to be the better team again, and hopefully we'll get our opportunity and then give ourselves the best opportunity, the best chance at playing at Big Wednesday.
Oh, definitely. Something we speak about here is positive ego, and it's kind of the fact that we have to believe in ourselves as a team and how hard we train, that we have 100% the capability to beat every team out here today. So these players need to believe in themselves as players, see how well they've played for the first 105 minutes and believe that they are capable 100% of winning this match. Absolutely right. Well said, well said. And we are hopefully going to have a blockbuster 15 minutes to come. Durham just slowing it down a little bit, going through their final paces as they do a few little sprints and a little dart and a little jog to make sure they are ready for the return and the final exchanges. Thankfully, Clara John, who we saw down at the end of the first half of extra time, is back up on her feet and looks ready to play in this second part, which is going to be important because you mentioned match winners all over the pitch, but so far Clara John has looked one of the brightest sparks on the pitch for her, right? Oh, definitely. Clara, there's nothing that Clara can't do on the ball. I would trust her to dribble through all of their players if she could. Honestly, she is incredible on the ball, and it's testament to all the talent we've got in that team. So we've done 100% got those match winners out there today. Absolutely. Match winner is what we need. A match winner is what we're after. The headliner and plenty more initiatives sponsored by RedBull. We could do with a little bit of energy in this second half from all of those on the balcony that have all been dished out Red Bulls all evening long, so I'm certain there won't be any wavering in terms of what they've got in the bank and what they've got in terms of energy for the final 15 minutes. We can hear the cheers and the applause and support. Gearing up for a big second half now. Absolutely right, absolutely right. An opportunity potentially for back-to-back 2 years. What a time that would be. What an opportunity that could be. And are we 15 minutes away from having that opportunity for the trophy again to be draped in green and gold at the end of Big Wednesday in just over 2 weeks' time? We are back underway. Immediately, ball given back to Nottingham with Lucy Robinson. Calm and composed on the ball, as every green and gold player has been since minute one. Robinson into Wilshaw, who's had it robbed away from her. But instantly won back there by Nottingham. Pereira's got it. Intercepted again though, but that tenacity that you mentioned, Freya, is on show again as Tweedy wins back possession. Now, Lewis Powell trying to drive in field, gives it back to Tweedy. Bundled away by 3 or 4 Durham players, and they can carry the ball forward. They do begin to step forward. Clara John's on the chase, but still going and prodded on for Moody to get after, although it's going to run out of pitch and it'll be a throw-in to Nottingham, which Emily Jacobs is hot on her heels to get the ball quickly and try and get a hold of it and try and very speedily get her team back underway, which we do see now. Nudged on. And now Robinson. This is going to be a test of physical as much as mental, isn't it, Freya? Oh, definitely. I think now half the battle is the mental battle. Do block Nottingham believe they can get back in it? I think that is really the fight they've got to fight right now. We've seen they've got the legs to win this match, but do they have kind of the mental tenacity to win this match? It's what we'll see now in the next 15 minutes.
And also, you know, there is the added thing of if Nottingham do find a way, do get a goal, how much of a blow is that to Durham, who game plan you feel must have been to sit deep and soak up a bit of pressure, let Nottingham have the ball and then try and strike on the counter or win a set piece is exactly what has happened. But that mental blow of if they do concede this late on again, that's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think that'll be very interesting to see if Nottingham are to score.
And we're just seeing again another potential change being readied on the subs bench, and it is Amelia Penfold, I think, who's having a conversation prior to being introduced.
I think the one thing Amelia Penfold will bring without doubt is pace. I think you can maybe see Durham's defence tiring a little bit, so her quick legs will definitely bring a big difference to this game.
In the final 10 or 12 minutes, if you've got a player that's coming off the bench with electric pace like Amelia Penfold, that's going to be scary on some withered and sort of tiring legs of fullbacks and centre halves, isn't it?
I'd be terrified.
And referee actually ignored the fact that the lines official was wanting to make a change. Still we play on. Tweedy forward. Controlled under pressure and prodded back there by Brown. Now long diagonal forward.
Big win there from Nottingham.
Good knockdown, and now it's a strike from distance, and it was a brave one from Nicholson, but
very brave indeed. So I think the crowd let her know what they thought of that.
And there has been a change in Milo Lewis-Powell, who's had a very impressive 108 minutes, has been replaced by Amelia Penfold.
I think Milo's played very well battling, but now we'll see what Amelia Penfold's made of.
Robinson, Meadows pops it into Clerkin, little flick round the corner. John, lovely first touch from Clara John, and now beginning to carry forward. It's a really brave tackle though, thunderous tackle.
It's exactly what Clara John could do right there. They'll just turn up players and provide that one moment of magic.
Moody unable to keep it in play. And there is a player down at the moment. I think it's just seeing actually there's a couple of players that are down. Back on their feet, thankfully, and back up to a full complement.
Encouragement here from the crowd.
Absolutely, you can still hear, and I'm sure we'll still hear long into the night if there's a green and gold ending to this one. I'm sure it'll be a big night after this, because they've been made to work for it. They've had to be patient, they've had to be brave, and there will be a change now for Durham. First one of the evening. As Neve Doody makes her way off. But now a new test for Nottingham to overcome. Champions banner, the champions tag is still very much in green and gold at the moment, and still hopes that it will be again this year. 10 minutes to find an answer. John intercepted.
Well on back though.
Busting tackle from Tweedy. Nicholson lashes it clear, and only as far as Tweedy, who quickly takes the throw in. Penfold trying to whip it inside. It'll be chased down by Pereira. Forced to concede a corner. Great press from Gio Pereira.
The crowd almost urging Nottingham forwards here. Everyone is behind all 11 of those players out there right now.
Completely right, and it'll be a corner taken by Nia Clerkin. Slow trot forward by Emily Jacobs, who's on the edge of the area now. Deep delivery by Clerkin. Header up, not fully away, and the goalkeeper does cling on to it.
Straight down the Durham keeper there. She's not wasting all the time she can.
Taking a few additional seconds. Forward, headed away. John's going to get there ahead of Brown. Nicholson nipping in, but intercepted, and now Wilshaw into the feet of Pereira, trying to flick it beyond for Hutchins to chase, and will force the goalkeeper to pick it up and play. 8.5 minutes, just under, to play.
It's the right idea there from Nottingham, just maybe the execution needs to be worked on a little bit.
I guess the one encouraging, pleasing thing from the coach's perspective will be the fact that still very much the same game plan, still keeping the ball, still not rushing it, making sure the right decision and the right timing is played, and that's more important, isn't it, than perhaps panicking a little bit, is retaining your composure and doing the right things, making the right decisions.
Oh, definitely. As a club, we believe in 100% our philosophy, and we play the way we play, regardless of the opposition. I think that's what we've seen there today. We've not changed throughout the whole nearly 120 minutes we've played the way we played as a team. So I think that's what we really believe in here as a club. Absolutely.
It's been a pleasing showing that deserves a celebratory ending.
100%, yeah.
7 and a bit minutes away from that sadly not being the case, but still plenty in this, and you can see tensions are running high, everybody shouting for every part of possession, every throw in, every corner, every free kick, every kick is being kicked by those on the terrace, every header is being jumped up and down by. Now John, little nudge on, Pereira's going to chase, chested back by Jackson. Wild effort from Penfold, but fortunately thought it might have taken a nick on the way through, and it'll be a goal kick. So we've got 7 minutes to play. Freya, how are you feeling now?
I'm a little bit nervous, but I've been nervous the whole match, so nothing's changed.
Well, I've always found this interesting, but do you find those nerves are completely different when you're playing? Like, do you find yourself being more nervous watching than playing?
Well, I think when you're watching, you can't control anything, so you just got to hope that the players out there will do themselves justice. And I think they have done themselves justice out there tonight, so I just hope they can get the reward, how hard they've worked.
Completely agree. That was exactly the sentiment. And
lovely turn there by Els.
That is a lovely turn from Hutchins, and try to flick the ball beyond. Penfold's going to keep it in. Can Penfold keep it alive? Tries to cut it back, and it's cannoned off of Penfold and out for a corner. That's unlucky, because a wonderful bit of play, lovely bit of skill in there from Eleanor Hutchins, and then Amelia Penfold racing after it. Looked like it was going to skip out for a corner, but you mentioned about the pace of her coming on and playing a part. Wonderful bit of play, and wonderful play to keep it in play. I
mean, that shows exactly what we're capable of, and even, only 6 minutes left here, Nottingham still have the opportunities to maybe create that chance and just get that goal. They've just got to keep believing themselves here.
Keep believing is the message. Keep believing. The balcony certainly does. We can see the players certainly are. There's been a huge amount of quality on show. We just hope that quality is rewarded with a place at Big Wednesday in a fortnight's time at Loughborough. 5.5 minutes played, I should say, to play.
Big tackle there.
Meadows intercepted, and then the goal scorer at the moment, the match winner, Dale, just lumping the ball forward. Anywhere will do for Durham at the moment, but once again, forward will come Nottingham. Intercepted though. Now Dale trying to get on the ball and trying to make things happen. Boardman. Nicholson just threads it outside, and any bit of possession at the moment for Durham will be a welcome break, because they've had hardly any of the ball since the goal. Good header by Robinson. Unable to keep it in play, but it will bounce deflected out for a green and gold throw-in. Launched in towards Pereira, unable to get the head on it, but Boardman's deflected out for another Nottingham throw-in.
Still moving forward here from Nottingham.
4.5 minutes to play, headed out again for another Nottingham throw. Clock very much against Nottingham, but the way they've played, they deserve a chance, they deserve an opportunity. Football can be a cruel game, but you do feel there is one good opportunity still in this, right, Freya?
100%, yeah. It's all about, can Nottingham take that one last chance? Durham are tiring, but can Nottingham take advantage of that?
Meadows wins the second header as well. Good tackle by Clerkin, who's been everywhere in the middle of the park today.
She's been an absolute rock in there, and you can tell from the way she's still working, she still believes. Does everyone else still believe?
Absolutely right. John trying to win back possession, does win back possession, Clara John.
Lovely. A lovely little skill move there.
A little ball roll, just rolled the studs over it to skip away from the defender, and it's a throw in. Everybody anxiously every time the ball is dead, looking at the clock and the big scoreboard that's beaming down from the corner. Robinson's going to have to be a bit alert because she's under pressure. It does really well, Lucy Robinson.
Great play there from Lucy Robinson.
Well, it's a good press again from Durham, and now Dale into Nicholson. Had a shot from distance earlier. It's going to try her luck again. It'll be a goal kick. 3 minutes remain. 3 minutes to keep a back-to-back 2-year spell alive.
Big 3 minutes from here from Nottingham.
Huge 3 minutes. There is a nervous energy, but still a confidence and a belief on the balcony, certainly, and within the team you can see. It's going to fall out to Nicholson, who's going to try it up from range, but again, wayward with the shooting tonight, Erin Nicholson.
You can hear the crowd getting involved there as well. They still believe.
Absolutely right. 2.5 minutes to play, plus whatever the official decides to add on. There will be another change, though. Another Nottingham change. 2.5 minutes to go.
Jemima Larkin's coming here. Sarah Tweedy off for Jemima Larkin here.
What a shift.
Lauren Wilshaw coming off for Jemima Larkin.
Did you say it was Lauren Wilshaw who's
coming off near for Jemima Larkin?
Wilshaw who's
had a great game.
Has had a very good game. Larkin on for the final exchanges. What an introduction that would be if the 2.5 minutes that Larkin has on the pitch is 2.5 minutes in which Nottingham fight back, Nottingham find a way, Nottingham keep that story back-to-back alive. Larkin's first real touch is a good one, although stolen in, and now change forward. Again, beginning to build and step forward, but
big
once more,
there.
It's a huge tackle and wins the foul as well. Excellent play. Excellent play from Meadows. No time to waste, immediately launch forward. Here's Tweedy playing as a left winger. Lovely Cruyff turn and driving towards the byline. Has to check back in field and is eventually bundled out by 2 Durham bodies. So it's launch forward. We've got 60 seconds or a little under, plus whatever the officials decide to add on to play. Clerkin, lovely feet.
Good composure there.
Slides it out, and now Robinson can step forward. Time very much against Nottingham now. Penfold intercepted again. Can't quite find a way through. It's lovely from Robinson just to slam through the back of the advancing player. 30 seconds on the clock, less than that in fact. Feels like the clock is going in double time, doesn't it, Freya?
It does, it's moving very quickly here.
There's a real nervous energy. This would be cruel if this is how it ends. It's a good ball forward, could be an opportunity. Tweedy stands up towards the far post, towards Penfold and Pereira both there. Penfold going to try and keep it alive. Drives towards the byline, and it's a corner.
Nottingham corner.
It'll be a Nottingham corner, and forwards comes
forward.
Hazleton.
Everybody up. Nottingham. Nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. One final chance, one final opportunity. Clerkin with the most important job, and that is the delivery. Everybody, every single player from both teams inside the penalty area is a good delivery. It's going to fall to Pereira. That was the chance. That was the chance.
Can't help but feel that was the final chance there for Nottingham to get something out of the game.
What a chance. Football is a cruel game, and it looks like it's going to be a cruel end to a sparkling title defence. A team that have given everything. They've played on the green pitches and they've proven they're deserving gold banners. They've been brilliant tonight, Nottingham. Unfortunately, it looks like they might be cruel victims of football in general. Meadows and less. Tweedy, heavy touch, but it's out for a throw-in. Everybody's on to the referee, every eye.
Forward.
Meadows into Tweedy, pops it back. Another throw-in. Meadows into Pereira. Good first touch. Finds space. Get intercepted. Penfold. Space to run into. She can get beyond. Really well defended by Neufind. And that looks like that might be it. All eyes towards the referee. Durham boss asking questions all the time towards the official as to how long we've still got to play. Intercepted though. Is there another chance? Is there one more twist in this? Two players going for the same ball. Comes out green and gold. Here we go. Clerkin. Meadows. Patience still. Lovely turn from Clerkin. What a ball that is as well. Penfolds onto the end of it. Tries to reverse it. Looped into a dangerous area, headed away. And then cleared and carried forward. What pace that is from Penfold. A great tackle from Clerkin.
The crowd are not happy with that decision from the ref
I think understandably so as well. That is... I think that's harsh. I think that's very harsh.
I'd agree with you there.
Theo Clerkin goes into the book and gives Durham an opportunity to take a few more seconds out of the game. This will be a cruel, cruel finish. Makes it even harder to compute, doesn't it? Freya, considering Nottingham have been the better team in this and deserve an opportunity at Big Wednesday, and it looks like that will be taken from them.
Just what Ruben was saying earlier, football is unjust, and sometimes, you know, the better teams in games don't get what they deserve. I think that's maybe what we've seen out there tonight. Nottingham did dominate in the first 90 minutes, I'd say, but maybe we didn't take our chances enough, and, you know, we can't fault Durham for taking their chances.
Referee has just put the goalkeeper Tatiana Saunders for time wasting. I think that'll be, is it an £8 fine for a booking?
Yeah, well,
I think it's a
wouldn't
good
that likely as a student.
No, but it's a good £8 at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
A couple of seconds away from securing a place at a final. We are back underway though. Finally, again, all eyes on the referee. And it's launched into the corner. Robinson trying to get the ball back quickly. Launched forward. Headed away again. Clerkin lumped forward.
Gio chases.
Pereira's going to chase. Pereira's still chasing. Does really well and will win a throw-in deep into the area. We don't know how long's left, but there's not long, that's for sure. Is there one more opportunity? Headed away. Clerkin as well. First to it. Meadows. Harried under pressure. Meadows keeps a hold of it brilliantly.
Meadows.
And keeps it in play. No. Referee's assistant has the flag up, and once again, referee takes another long look at his watch.
20 seconds left, just a shout from the crowd.
20 seconds is what we're hearing. 20 seconds onto 5 minutes at the end of extra time.
Bit of time wasting here from Durham, maybe. You can't blame them in this position, but...
Out for a throw-in, a Nottingham throw-in. Everybody willing, green and gold forward, hoping there's another opportunity. The headline with RedBull could do with a real headline being written. It's been a great evening. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be the result that we all want. Seconds away now. Once again, every eye looking at the referee, and there is the full-time whistle. Jubilation from those in Durham purple. Agony from those in green and gold. The defending champions have made a real fist of it. They've given it a real good go. Football can be a cruel, cruel game. They were probably deserving of an opportunity to play in the final and try and retain it and go back to back, but sadly, Freya, that is not the case.
Unfortunately for Nottingham, they did their best out there. They gave 110%, but it wasn't enough. And football, at the end of the day, the best team wins when they score the most goals. So,
absolutely right. Football can be a very cruel game. The effort, the endeavour, the work rate, the passion, everything has been given and left on the pitch by those in green and gold. It's been a good performance in large parts of the game, but sadly, it's Durham who do steal the show. The headliner has been written by Durham, sadly. Freya, one final word from you. It's disappointment, but it's also shown the quality that's within the group, and I'm certain the message will be we go again next year, because there are so many talented players in this group, so many talented players within the family, within, like you mentioned earlier, the whole family, the first, the second, the third, the fourth. Everybody has come out this evening to celebrate and to show how much this club and this group means to everybody here. It's been a fantastic example of what this fantastic university is capable of, and next year will be another story.
No, I could agree, not agree more. I think at the end of the day, we might have lost the match, but we've got everyone out here supporting them, more than 200 people. We've seen exactly what these players are capable of, and we might have lost this match, but we were the better team. So I think the message is 100% next year we come again, we come back stronger, and hopefully next year will be our year.
Absolutely right. Hopefully it will be. It's, sadly, that is not going to be the dream ending that we fancied, not the dream ending we all wanted. Thank you to Freya, thank you to Zoe, and thank you to Ruby for the first half and the second half input as well. Unfortunately, this team won't be at Big Wednesday, but there is plenty of green and gold on show at BUCS Big Wednesday. Don't forget, there is plenty to play for in Loughborough in 2 weeks' time. 16 sports, 57 fixtures, 114 teams. What an afternoon it's going to be. BUCS Big Wednesday brings together talent from all over the country, competing to become 2024 BUCS champions. Tickets are on sale now and available to purchase for all sports. Please note, a separate ticket is needed for each sport, and so far we have over 20 teams eligible for the finals, including, obviously, plenty of those that have added their name from earlier on today and throughout all the evening's fixtures as well. So make sure you search for BUCS Big Wednesday Nottingham to find a link to our webpage and tickets to that as well. Thank you very much for your company. Unfortunately, it's not been the night that we wanted, not been the final result that we wanted. Time to hand you back pitchside to John Jackson.
No, it's a tough one to take. I think it was a really even game. I thought we dominated the early spells, and yeah, sometimes that's football. It was one little moment that's cost us today.
It's really
cheers. Thank you. Anything more you need from me over this side, or shall I come over?
Sport especially, it teaches that it teaches you that sometimes you have to lose, and you have to take that graciously. And and we've seen a few cards brandished towards the end there, but that's just frustration, really, isn't it? Because when you play extra time as well, to then lose to one goal, I mean, it's such a fine margin, and especially with what's at stake with BUCS Big Wednesday coming up.
Yeah, I think it was a game played competitively but in good spirits, and I think it's a really good advert for BUCS football. I think this is the pinnacle of BUCS football. It's the best, two of the best teams in the country playing against each other, and it's a competitive game, and I think a little bit lost for words at the moment. But
I was going to say, what can you say to the players after a defeat like that? Because obviously, we can see on their faces that they're very upset.
Yeah, I think they should be proud of themselves. They're a young group. We're a very much changed group from last season, and we've grown throughout the year, and to push Durham all the way here. They're a good team. They're an experienced team. I think they should be proud of themselves.
And of course, being part of university and team sport in any kind of arrangement, any kind of setting, any kind of organisation, you learn as a team, and you win and lose as a team, and you support each other. And I guess that's what they'll all be doing now. Yeah,
absolutely. And like I say, they're a young group. They'll learn from this, and I think it's an opportunity to learn personally and as a team as well. But yeah, we need to stick together and support each other, and that's important at this stage.
Yeah, tricky one. Well, thank you for chatting to me right now. I'll take that off you. I'll let you crack on there. Thank you very much. Really tough, and we can see Durham just in the corner of my eye here celebrating, because they will be going through to the BUCS Big Wednesday on the 20th of March at Loughborough University. A tough result for the University of Nottingham, but a really tightly contested game there, and it came down to one goal in extra time. The final score here in Nottingham, the University of Nottingham 0, Durham University 1. Durham University will be going on to play at BUCS Big Wednesday, which takes place, as I say, the 20th of March over at Loughborough University. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, if you've seen anything on this broadcast, any of the incentives that any of our guests talked about earlier on, you can find out all the information on the University of Nottingham website. And if you've been inspired to maybe come and check out the university, if you're thinking of going to university, you can see the amazing facilities that they have here. Loads of amazing organisations and sports teams that you can get involved with. And I would strongly suggest you come and have a look around. Thank you very much for watching. If you missed any of the game, you want to go back and watch, of course you can do on this live stream, and we'll see you for BUCS Big Wednesday on the 20th of March down at Loughborough University. Thanks for watching.
Focus like a laser, eyes on me when I bring the thunder. Rumble like the jungle, I'm a nervous shaker, a force to be reckoned with, the freak of nature. In the clouds, my kingdom come, full throttle and I'm on the run.